Hello everyone. Crisis averted. Hello. Good morning. Hello everyone. Wow. Thank you for visiting today. How is everyone doing? I'm adjusting things. Everything looks a little different because we had the Cosmia collab. Okay. A little cold. It is cold. Hi everyone. Hello. Hello, long time no see. It feels like 2 days because we ended stream like at 4 p.m. so like it's been over 24 hours. So it feels like 2 days. Is this how it feels when you stream every day and then you just like stop streaming? Feels like 2 days till I actually yeah, there we go. I also, well, oh, maybe that's why too. Maybe that's a reason for me too, because I slept too. Technically I've slept 3 times since the last stream. Because I took a nap yesterday. I took a nap yesterday after stream was over. I slept after I finished my homework, and then I took another nap because I had to wake up early today. How was your hangout? It went longer than I expected. Because it was, we talked a lot more than I expected. So my friend brought her, like, she said she was bringing a friend. And I was like, oh, cool, a friend. But I think it's, like, the guy that she's, like, kind of seeing. But, like, very casually seeing. I mean, I shouldn't say I think. They were, like, he was very, like, all over her. So like, I guess also we're on r/relationship advice today because you know what, it's almost Valentine's Day. I think it's a good time to check out the relationship advice subreddit. Yeah, tea. I guess it's not really tea, but like because she's Japanese, so she's going back to Japan like at the end of next month, I think. And so I don't think, which leads me to believe, like, I don't think they're serious. Like, I think they're like I think they're like sleeping. I think they're like they're seeing each other. They're seeing each other, but I don't think they're serious because she's the type of gal that like when she like meets someone, she like thinks about like long term. So I don't think that she would seriously like date this guy because she's going back to Japan so soon. They're casually seeing each other. Yeah, so they're not official, and I really doubt they will make it official unless he professes his love to her or something. I don't know. I don't think that it's gonna happen. But yeah. So I hung out with them today, and this friend. So my friend, I would say we're pretty close. We met in like September or October of last year, and like we see each other every few weeks, like I would say. But I mean, yeah, we see each other every few weeks, and like we hang out and we have fun. I would say that she's my closest friend here because like because I have like friends, I have like other friends, like I have book club and like I have people to hang out with and stuff, but like I would say that she's my closest friend here. But like, yeah, yeah, so she brought this like dude today, and let me tell you guys, so she's Japanese, and like, but she knows nothing. Like, she knows sorry, I'm not dissing her. She knows nothing about like, oh, KP, by the way, I made a dusty fox. I made a dusty fox today. Sipping the tea. I'm sipping the tea of my friend right now. So yeah, she doesn't know anything about anime. Like, hope she doesn't know you're streaming right now. She knows that I stream, but I don't think I've ever given her my channel because like she never asked, so I didn't really, and I don't like show my YouTube channel out unless people are like asking for it. But yeah, if people ask, like usually I just give it to them, but depending on who they are. But yeah, like she never asked, so I was like, okay, like I don't care. Better for me, because then I don't have to like think about whether or not she's watching all the time. Anyway, So her favorite anime is Dr. Stone. Like, she liked Pokemon as a kid, but like she's like, I know of I watched a little bit of One Piece, but any other anime, she was like, I don't know the difference between. She didn't know the difference between like Kimetsu and Jujutsu, like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, she didn't know the difference, and she's like Spy Family. Like, what's that? Like, she's in like a very different circle. I think she was really into K-pop for a while, and like I don't know, like she has her own interests, I think, but they don't really overlap with mine. Like, we get along, but I don't think our interests really overlap that much. Especially, and like she really does not know anything about anime. But so like we were making like very like simple small talk for the majority of this like get together. We were like, oh yeah, so like what brings you here? Yeah, oh, you know, this and that. Oh, that's cool. And he's from Italy, and he had like this really thick Italian accent, and like he was like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's my first year living abroad and blah blah blah, and I'm working and I'm gonna buy a house and all this stuff. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god, I don't even have a stable income. I don't even have a stable income. This dude's buying a house. We're like all the same age, so it was kind of like, oh. And so it was like very small talk, like just like, oh yeah, you know, in France, oh yeah, in Italy, like the job market is not so blah blah blah, like yeah, small talk, oh, like, yeah, my family, oh, you know, Japan this and that and the other, oh yeah, I've heard that, and, oh, you know, food, this, it was all very like very normal talk. And then all of a sudden he like kind of dropped like anime a few times, but I was like, oh, because he dropped Hatsune Miku first, and I was like, oh, what kind of Hatsune Miku do you listen to? And then he was like, oh, not very much, like the Nightcore, and I was like, Nightcore? I was like, oh yeah, okay. So like I just kind of like dropped it after that. おはようございます。日本は祝日、祝日なんだ今日。何の日今日。そして朝から時森ボイスで幸せです。ありがとう。ゆっくりしててね。He's being sarcastic. Okay, I don't think so, because like he was so serious. Yeah, the Aoi check. I was like, oh, okay. But I said, oh yeah, that's cool. And I left it at that. And then he was like, oh yeah, I like city pop. And I was like, okay, what kind of city pop do you like? Not that I know a lot about city pop, but I was like, what kind of city pop? And he was like, oh, like Miki Matsubara. And I was like, oh, okay. Because, you know, like, oh, stay with me, whatever. Like, okay, sure. Like if he had given me like a more niche artist, I'd be like, oh, okay. Or like, oh, I like Miki Matsubara's like this song. I'd be like, oh, okay. But like he just like kind of dropped the name, and I was like, oh, okay. We're normie leaning. It's okay. But then he dropped like the like anime, and it was like, oh, all the Japanese I know is from anime, and I was like, haha, me too. Which is, now this is not true, but honestly, like, I believe in learning Japanese from anime. And he was like, yeah, I learned all the Japanese I know from anime. I was like, oh, haha. And he was like, oh, like, what do you know? And what are your top 3 anime? And I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, you know, oh, well, I was like, oh, I don't know if you'll know, because I was like, oh, I like Violet Evergarden, and he was like, oh yeah, I watched it. I thought it was like pretty looking, and I was like, yeah, I don't think it's for everyone, but it does look nice. And then I was like, oh, I like Sakura Soul, because I was being like, no, because I was like, oh, well, if we're talking a little bit more mainstream, and he was like, no, don't give me mainstream. He was like, don't give me mainstream. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, well, I mean, I like Sakura Soul. And he was like, oh, I don't know if I've heard of that. But then he looked it up, and he was like, oh yeah, I watched this one. I gave it an 8. I don't really remember. He was like, oh, it's that girl who acts like a cat. And I was like, oh, I mean, kind of, sure. And he was like, oh, well, are you watching anything now? And I was like, like this season? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, now we're talking. I was like, this one watches anime like real time. And I was like, well, he was like solo leveling, and I was like, no. But I was like, oh, I'm watching Apothecary Diaries. He was like, oh yeah, blah, blah. And then he was like, oh, he was like, oh yeah, I love rom-coms, and I was like, you do? I was like, you do? Like the first like word out of his mouth for this season was solo leveling, so I was like, you do? But then bro like whips out his my anime list, and he's watched like double the amount of anime that I have. I was like, wait. I was like, and so the reason I was so late today, well not late, but the reason I got home later than I thought I was going to is because like we started talking about anime. It wouldn't, like, we didn't just stop. Like I was a little bit shocked because I don't know, he literally said Hatsune Miku Night Core, so I was like, I don't know, I kind of had my like, I was like, oh yeah, this bro, you know. But then like, yeah, then we had a whole conversation. I went through his like, not his whole, but I went through like the top of his my anime list and the bottom, because he had like 600 something entries, you guys, and I was like, I was like, holy, what the hell? It was crazy. It was kind of crazy, like. And in the entries were some like questionable series. he didn't rate it very high, but he had like Kiss X Sis on his list, and I was like, oh, it's Kiss X Sis. And like high school, yeah, he had like Monster Musume, like they weren't rated high, they weren't rated very high, but I had honestly, you guys, I had a lot of respect for the dude as we were leaving the play. I was like, okay, you know, it was just so funny because like the girl, my friend that he's like casually seeing, like she's so not like a weeb. Well, she can't be a weeb, but like she's so not like an anime gal. Like, and those aren't bad. I mean, like, yeah, but then okay, but we're just meeting, y'all. Like, this is our first time meeting. Like, he's like, here's my anime list, and then like, and then he drops. You know, I also watch a lot of hentai, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And he was like, oh yeah, like, you know, like Black Bible, and I was like, ah. I was like, okay. In my mind, I was laughing, but I was like, oh my god, no way are we talking about this in a public space right now. I have not seen Black Bible, so I couldn't comment on it, but he was like, yeah, you know, like Black Bible. And then he was like, okay, there's this anime. Do you guys know the anime? The English title I think is called like, he means Black Clover. He does. The age check. We're the same age though. I don't like, yeah, I'm not sure, but which is so funny because I feel like Black Bible's like old, isn't it kind of old? Because like I was checking his like currently watching list, and Monster was on his list, and I'm watching Monster too, but he was like, yeah, Monster's like too old. I was like, old? I was like, you got Monster old? Like, anyway, it's really old. It's really old. I've never, you guys, again, not seen this, not seen it, don't know when it was released. I just know of its existence. So, 2000? Oh, is that like before Monster? I don't actually know when Monster was released. Oh yeah, Bible Black. There we go. Yeah, Bible Black, sorry. And then he was like, anyway, do you guys know like, do you guys know the anime Wandering Sun? It's called like Horo Musuko or something in Japanese. Do you guys know what it is? It's about like about these like transgender kids. Is it like, oh, it's the first of one of its kind? Oh, I didn't know that. We live in a time where 2000 is considered old. That's so sad. Monsters early 2000. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was like 2004 to 6 or something. I don't know, 6-ish. But yeah, it's like about two kids that are like transgender, and I was like, oh, it's the one about like the transgender kids, and he was like, oh yeah, like Futanari, and I was like, excuse me. I was like, that's not, I don't think that's the same thing. I was like, bro. Oh my god, this was like, you guys, I had a crazy conversation today. Like, I know, I mean, like, bruh, like he clearly just like I don't know, he clearly just like doesn't know it's like a very like non-politically correct statement if you think about it, but like I don't think he like knows any, I just don't think he knew any of like the connotation, like I don't know, but like because his English wasn't great, like he had a really strong accent and he like, yeah. But still I was like, oh no. In front of his girl, well, in front of his, I was gonna say his girlfriend, but they're in front of his like casual girlfriend, but she had no idea what was going on. She was so impressed. Like she was like, oh my god, I can't believe you can like go through this list and like have debates about specific anime, all 600 of these anime, and not all of them obviously, but like you can pick out like anime and like remember and like have debates about them. And I was like, he was like, yeah, she was so impressed, and I was like, you know what, thanks, I'm gonna take that as a compliment. So yeah, that's why dinner took longer than I thought. I didn't end up eating that much because I'm not very good at all you can eat, because like when I'm out with people I tend to get like nervous and then I don't eat as much as I should or could. Like I get full really fast and then I get hungry later. Like it's not really a good deal for me to go to all you can eat. But honestly, when a meal is so expensive here anyway, like it wasn't that bad. It was like 20 euros. It was like 20 euros for like all you can eat, 21 or something. And like honestly, that's not too bad. Like I would be paying that much if I wanted a glass of wine with my food anyway, you know? So if they ever get married, you have to explain to her the absolute power stance you made. That I know. Crazy. I feel like I always have to like explain things to her because I feel like we live in like very different worlds of like content. Like I don't know what she watches, or actually no, she was talking about this channel on YouTube that gives like business skills or like tips for interviews and stuff. She was like, oh, I love this channel. It gives you like, she gives you tips for interviews and like all this stuff, and I was like, oh, that sounds good, like that sounds really helpful, but like I would never watch that in my spare time, you guys. Like I think we are from different planets of like interests and stuff, but I think we get along. Like I would consider her like pretty a close friend here at least. So yeah. So honestly, yeah, she is on the grind. She's like, yeah, I really want to work in HR. Like I've been interviewing all these places. Like she had a job offer, but she was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. So she turned it down. Well, I think she turned it down. She was like interviewing for other places. Like, yeah, she was very, yeah, she was she's a go-getter. She's a go-getter. Oh my god, a raid! Velocity, hello! Oh my goodness! Welcome in! Welcome, raiders! Thank you very much for stopping by. Fellow raid, hello! Speaking of Velocity, Velocity has been very helpful in helping me and the rest of Cosmia set up Sponsor, which is a new website in its alpha phase that helps creators fund their projects. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, you should go check it out. I should put it in my, honestly, I should start putting links like that in my descriptions for booth and stuff. Speaking of booth, yeah, I have merch out and everything. Hello! Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you guys had a great stream. My goodness, we were just talking about anime. We're reading Reddit stories today, but I was just talking about anime because I had a very interesting encounter earlier with my friend's casual relationship that she brought to dinner. I really expected, she's a big normie, so I expected her mans to be a normie too, but he was a big weeb. He was a big old weeb. So Velocity, yeah. How fast can you go? Never got to have you, Ollie. Thank you for having me. Oh my god, it's such an honor. It's a great platform. Especially because like I don't know. I think it's a really good way for me, especially to separate my content creation desires with my desire for things, because I have Throne, of course, as well, but Throne, I don't know. Throne, I like to keep him. Wow, I like to keep them separate. And like, so it's nice to have a place for people to go when they know that they want to support my creative endeavors. So there's an English cover. Yeah, there's an English cover that I've been wanting to do for years, but I actually couldn't do it under Prism. I couldn't do it under Prism because of like licensing and all that good stuff. Which actually makes me wonder if it's okay to do now. But I have an instrumental made for it, so I think it should be okay. Yeah, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I have like a vision. It's rare for me to have a vision, you guys, but I kind of have a vision for this one. So yeah, it's up on there right now. That was what we intended to think. Oh my goodness, you have membership. I think I remember that. There was a big membership the other day at my 4th anniversary stream. There was a big membership gift bombs dropped, so must have been there. Also, Tokimori, hello everyone. Thank you again for the raid. On that note, I should probably actually switch to reading Reddit stories. I was just talking about my day for the first 20 minutes of this stream. This site seems a lot better. Yeah, I really like the interface is really easy to use. Everything's really easy. Throne's not very well optimized, I would say. Like, it's really... the Throne app is horrendous. Okay, I don't want to be hating on Throne. I do like Throne. It's easy because I don't have to order my own stuff. But... the mobile site... both the mobile site and the app are horrendous, so... it's, yeah, I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, the app is something for sure. Hope you had a good day. I did have a good day. It was good. I woke up early because I had to go to the library to return some things, and so I woke up pretty early. Went to the library, returned my stuff, pretty much took a walk, a morning walk, and then I came back, ate lunch, and then took a nap before dinner, and then I had a good dinner. So yes. I was looking to improve, so thank you for continued feedback. Of course. Honestly, no notes at the moment. But yeah, and then again, I feel like I haven't used the site a whole lot yet. So yeah, I will definitely let you know if anything comes up. But no notes from me as of now. All right, so we're on the relationship Reddit, the relationship advice Reddit today. I honestly don't know how strict YouTube is with I don't know, with words and topics being talked about on stream, so I'm gonna avoid the avoid the not safe for work tagged ones unless otherwise, like, unless one of you is like, oh no, you don't have to worry about that, but I will be worrying about it until then. So I think I'm just gonna not filter the not safe for work tags and read some people's relationship problems, because it's almost Valentine's Day, and you know that's the perfect time to think about relationship problems. The members on screen. Okay, yeah, let's we're gonna put the safe ones. This one has an update. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, perfect timing. I usually do Am I the Asshole posts, but today I was like, you know what? Seems like a good one. Alright, so this first one, it says, my 26 female boyfriend, 28 male, slammed on the brakes so hard that I was thrown into the locked seatbelt in response to me commenting on his driving. Uh-oh. How to address? My 26 female boyfriend, 28 male, of 3.5 years, okay, and I were driving down a main road towards a red light. He was accelerating into the red light, so I said, "Why are you accelerating? It's red." In response to this comment, he slammed on the brakes so hard that the car screeched and I was thrown forward. The locked seatbelt caught me. I was not injured by this, but it did scare me. Afterwards, when I spoke to him about it, he said I made him really mad with my driving comment, especially since I had told him not to comment on my own driving the day before, and that we should agree not to comment on each other's driving. I don't think that's totally unreasonable, but I also don't think that his act of slamming on the brakes was appropriate. I am concerned that he thinks it was appropriate. How to address this with him? This is not okay. This is definitely not okay. I don't think this definitely doesn't need like a poll of are they the asshole or not. This isn't am I the asshole, so I'm not having a poll, but clearly we can see who's in the wrong here. I do think that like making like comments on each other's like skills is definitely not it has to be like done right. It's not really, I don't think it's very like good territory in a relationship. Like I think it can cause a lot of like built up frustration. So while driving, yeah. And I mean what she said is kind of on the nose, right? Like that's a fair statement to make, but that's not something that you had to do to prove your point. Still doesn't excuse it, exactly. The advice thread and going, not the asshole. You're not the asshole. Yeah. Now, backseat driving, I mean, I don't think backseat driving is very, like, good for anyone. It's stressful for both parties, and, like my mom does it. my mom is a backseat driver. But it just seems, like, irritating for both parties, so I don't think it's a very good idea. Again, slamming on the brakes like that, pretty toxic, pretty freaky. Don't do that. Yeah. Morning, Ali. Good morning. How to address with him. Edit. Thanks to everyone for your comments. I don't think I can respond to all at this stage, but I'll try and answer some of the questions here. The car is my car. Oh. Ooh. Even worse. I own it, but let him drive it. I usually push back on letting drive it at all when I am with him because I think he doesn't treat the car as well as I would like. The comments from him on my driving are about me driving too slowly slash hesitating. I was in a scary car accident a few years ago and I've been a very nervous and careful driver since then. I had asked him to stop commenting on my driving because I felt like he was nagging me all day about it. A specific instance where I said to stop was because I was hesitating at a traffic circle and was giving too much space for people to go through ahead of me. The comment that caused him to hit the brakes was my first comment of the car ride. We had literally just gotten in the car and it was the first light. Still, we had some tension / arguments that week leading up to it about other things, and I think he was a little annoyed with me already when we got into the car. I won't pretend that I have not made him mad and could have tried harder to avoid that, but I felt that the reaction slamming the brakes was very extreme. I hear what you all are saying. This confirms what I think I already knew the brake slamming was about. It's hard to imagine a situation where that can be seen as reasonable or safe. He has never done anything else physical with me aside from the car incident, though he does have an explosive temper. Uh-oh. I've seen him get physical with other things. He's punched a hole in our wall! Once over a video game! And he smacks cars! Ah! When we are out running and he sees cars not stop properly at stoplights. Oh my god, I would be so embarrassed. I would say he hasn't lost his temper with me much, but when he has, I found a bit freaky because he adopts a really intense teeth clenched, fist clenched sort of thing. Has slammed a fist on the table a few times, again, never has actually done anything physical. Also, to clarify, he was not slamming on the brakes because of the red light. We were still 50-ish feet from the line where you stop for the light. It was definitely in response to my comment, and he said it was afterwards when he explained that he slammed on the brakes because he was mad. I will look into the resources everyone sent and think about this. I am feeling like I need to end it, particularly after reading what everyone has said. Thank you, I appreciate all your thoughts and advice. Edit 2, for the people commenting with generalized typical women grievances, it is misogynistic to make generalizations about all women based on one woman's experience. Thank you. Woo! Red flag! Oh no. I feel like the stream is going to leave us thinking love isn't real. That is true. That's what Valentine's Day is all about, you guys. Ooh, red flag boyfriend. Ooh, red flag boyfriend. Oh my god. Oh my god. The slapping cars, excuse me? Slapping cars when they don't stop at the, like, when they're not stopped properly at stoplights? What? I would like, no, that would be it for me because I hate like public, like, oh, I cannot, if someone does something purposefully to draw attention, it's over. It is over, you guys. Goodbye. No. Oh my god. As a working chauffeur, she didn't do anything wrong. If he drives in a way that scares the passenger, he needs to chill. He can do that in his own time without the passenger. True. Oh my god. Whoa. He slaps cars over. Yeah, exactly. He was about to be the one who can't stop properly at a red light. Punching holes in the wall. That's crazy. Over a video game. Punching holes in the wall is never a good thing. Sorry, you guys. I just remembered that I haven't used my tickets on my manga app today. It's important. Yeah, she shouldn't. That's not. That's not good. That's really not good. Woo. League of Legends. It was League of Legends. Rage game, but still, yeah. That doesn't warrant punching a hole in your wall like that. A hole ass hole. Oh my god. I don't know. I have my share of car driving temperatures because driving in the country is a nightmare. But this is next level. Yeah, that's like why would you risk injuring your passenger? Like, that's the thing, right? It's like, okay, like road rage, like, okay, like honking at someone, all right. Yelling at someone from the inside of your car, like to yourself, okay. Like, there are some things where it's like, all right, I see, but like, I don't know, like, why would you endanger your passenger to do that? I don't know how people trudge through drywall. Yeah, that must hurt your hand a lot. Relationship advice: spending to rent a girlfriend. I actually haven't started rent a girlfriend, but it's domestic kanojo. It's domestic na kanojo, so it's. I don't know if that's arguably better or worse. Let's see, how far am I? I'm actually. How far am I in this? I'm on chapter 99, you guys. Like, I've read a good chunk of this. I read it like every day. Because I can only read a bit every day because I read manga for free. Because I read manga for free on my very legal, like legitimately legal Japanese app. Because I can only read manga in Japanese. I am pretty deep. Okay, hello user Aoi, hello. I'm not even logged in right now. Okay, there was an update for this one. Ironically, I yelled at someone the other because his motorcycle cut across me on a green light. Motorcycle drivers, that's like, yeah, that's dangerous. Thank you to everyone who commented. It was a little rough being told by literally hundreds of people how bad of a situation this was. I think it was the wake-up call I needed, though. I was having a really hard time seeing the situation clearly. I knew his behavior was wrong, but I didn't have the language for what I was experiencing and didn't know what to do. Well, since this post, I filled in some friends and relatives on the situation. Everyone agreed that his behavior was completely unacceptable. Everyone said he either needed some serious therapy or an anger management, or we needed to break up. Well, on Friday, I tried to ask him about the anger issues to see if he may be willing to seek help for it. He was extremely dismissive of it all, told me I was blowing things out of proportion, and even laughed when I suggested his aggression was a little scary. That was the last straw for me. Last night, I told him I thought we should break up. What followed was an agonizing and painful 2 hours of crying and holding each other. He pleaded with me to stay, promised that he would be better for me, asked to do therapy, basically everything I had been wanting to hear from him for months, if not years. I couldn't trust it, though. I ended up taking my dog and going to a hotel where I'll be for a few days while we think about logistics of breaking up. It has been so incredibly hard, but I am feeling like I made the right decision. Several people expressed concern for me in my original post, so I wanted to update you all and let you know that I am okay and that I left. I'm not able to completely go no contact currently because of our shared living situation and dog, but I am taking steps to break away. Thank you again to everyone for the feedback and affirmation. TLDR, I left. Woo! She's strong. She's really strong because she said, you guys, she said 3.5 years. That's a really long time to be with someone and to be like ignoring all these like red flags and convincing yourself that you're like in love with this person. That's a really long time, and like he's begging her, like he begged her, like if he was like, oh well, whatever, good riddance, I'm not going to therapy, like that would be a different story. But they're both crying, they're both hugging each other. He's like please, like I'll change, I'll go to therapy, and she was like no, she stood her ground. She's good for her, honestly. But like I feel like that takes a lot. That sounds so exhausting. I feel for this girl. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah. She's just telling her what she wants to hear. And yeah, I think that she knows that. But I think that's still hard. That's still a really hard decision to make. Say like, okay, goodbye to this person. They live together. They have a dog together. Like, ooh, damn. Good for her. Good for her. Hopefully it'll be a wake up call for him too. Yeah, hopefully. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. All right, starting off with a good one. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm male 37 lost. My wife, female 37, is now a gay witch. It's wicked. She's wicked. Ah. Okay. The title's crazy. I feel awful sharing, but I'm running out of ideas. My wife and I have been married for almost 15 years, and I feel like I'm in an impossible spot. We've changed so much. Pre-kids as it is as you would imagine, just growing up together and figuring out life. Truly, we were each other's person and best friend. We both came out of religiously traumatic experiences and vowed to keep growing and working through it. Growing as individuals has always been a common goal, and we champion that for each other. However, I'm uncomfortable with where things are going. For context, she became very depressed after our second child was born over 7 years ago. She didn't realize she didn't want to be a mom and got crippling depression. She was in bed for days and couldn't take care of our kids or work. I worked hard to get her the care she needed through therapy and psychiatrists, as well as take on full parental her. I just wanted her to get better. After a few years, she started to come back and participate in the family, and I was thrilled as I started to recognize the person I had married was back. A big part of the depression was also triggered by her religious trauma. She was a part of a cult. Oh god. Like a cult-like upbringing where she didn't have autonomy of herself until we got married. I have always championed her in finding herself. So here's where it starts getting strange for me. She starts exploring more of herself and comes out to me as gay, but maybe bi, because she is very... Hold on, wait, what? But maybe bi, because she is very into sex with me. Huh? Wait, what does this mean? Okay, anyway. Okay, I think to myself, I'm not sure what to do with that. She comes out to me... Oh, I see. She comes out as gay, but she might be bi. Oh, okay, I see, I understand. Then she continues her journey of self-discovery a few months later, and then tells me she is a witch and believes she has psychic abilities. Wait, what? I want to be supportive in her journey, but honestly, I am just thrown way off. But the thing that really pissed me off was the next thing. She had a work conference she was going to attend, and she was prepping to go, and she suffered a minor stroke. It was terrifying. I thought I almost lost her. It was the worst experience I've ever had. Fortunately, she was okay and would make a full recovery. In discussing her situation with the neurologist, they asked if she was on any antidepressants, which she was, or so I thought. I found out that she had stopped taking them for a couple months. Why? I asked. She didn't want to tell me, but admitted the conference she was going to was actually not a work conference, but a guided session with LSD for some healing ritual. Ooh! Like, what the fuck? She wasn't going to tell me until after? Because she knew I wouldn't approve. I'm just so lost. I don't know who this person is anymore. I know if you grow, you will become different than you were before, but this just feels like too much. 1, you've admitted to yourself you're gay. Cool, no problem. We can figure out what to do. 2, you say you're a witch and have psychic abilities. Okay, I think that's silly and don't believe in that stuff, but let's see where it goes. 3, you were dishonest about going to do illegal drugs. I feel bad making a decision to leave now because she has had a stroke and she depends on me for all things financially. But what the hell? I don't know this person anymore. Woo! Woo! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's look at some comments. The claims of having psychic abilities and sudden switch up in personality sound like she might be having a secondary mental health crisis, especially if she stopped her medication. She needs to see her doctor. Back on them, as far as I'm aware, she was only off them for a couple of months. Even with the medication, she seems convinced. I think she needs to see a doctor, not because of her possible new sexuality, but her belief in magic powers is not safe. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please speak to her medical team about these quite drastic changes. I don't want to pathologize people's spirituality, but also that could be indicative of a mental health problem or something more physical in nature. That coupled with a mini stroke is concerning. True. After you've investigated this, then you can see where the lay of the land is. Sadly, people can grow apart and become incompatible, and if she's hiding things from you too, that's a bad sign. This is really sad. It's sad. I mean, and this is so... I really love, like, going down rabbit holes of Reddit because, like, it feels so human. And I like it. Happy Valentine's Week. Happy Valentine's Week. We're reading really depressing relationship advice Reddits. Yeah, she might have something serious. True. I'm going against the grain here. Say there's a possibility that your wife isn't psychotic, just a very suggestible person who fell down the wrong internet rabbit hole. People who are insecure, have poor self-esteem, depressed, no self-confidence are especially susceptible to becoming convinced of things like witchcraft. My theory is she knows she isn't happy, there's something that she wants or needs and she isn't getting. Maybe she's too afraid to be honest with herself and she's grasping at straws, trying to find something that will make her happy instead of working with the life she's already built. It seems strange to me that you aren't willing to try and figure out things out with her and instead just want to leave, but you probably know what you need better than I do. I mean, this is a little freaky. I agree with him in the fact that if it were any of these things, like, it's like, okay, let's figure out where to go. But like, all of these, like, this is all a lot, you know. Like she needs to get some help. We gotta go to a doctor. We gotta go see some doctors first. And then, you know, like, it is unfortunate, but like at the end of the day, it's like what is best for you and your children too. Like, of course the relationship is important, but like it sounds like he has young children too, and like that's a little bit concerning. They don't end with period. Yeah, the grammatical errors, the way things are phrased is all very, like, you can tell. Yeah, he has kids. So like I agree, like it's a little bit like to just go straight to divorce is like, okay, hold up, but best time to see couples 7 years ago, second best time is now, real. Yeah, they have a child. They said like second child too. After our second child was born over 7 years ago, so they have a child that's at least 7 years old and one that's even older. So this is you gotta think about the kids. You gotta think about your relationship with the kids, your relationship with your wife. It's gotta be, yeah, it's like we gotta get medical help first, because like obviously he's guilty. Like he feels guilty. He's like she's dependent on me. She just had a mini stroke, like, you know. I think that he thinks as well that he shouldn't be breaking it off, but it's, if we're going black or white, like that it's either leave or stay. But I think they gotta find like a middle ground where it's like, okay, we're gonna get you some help. If the help doesn't work, we'll think about then we'll think about it again. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And if it has to end, it has to end. But it's like we should be doing like everything in our power to save her mental health. I don't know, like, damn. 3 kids? Okay. 15 years. I don't know. Wait. Oh, scanning, I don't see it, but yeah, they have at least 2 children. For the kids, yeah. Really difficult, right? Yeah, poor kids. They're like, so my mom's a gay witch. Oh no. Oh, pre-kids, yes, pre-kids. Ah. Okay. Whew. These are heavy. I, 28 female, got slandered in my neighborhood by my roommate, 26 female, and now everyone is mad at me after I ousted her lying. I ousted her. I ousted? Okay. So I, 28 female, live with my roommate, Anna, 26 female. Things were fine at first, no major issues, we split bills, and I thought we got along well. But over the last couple of months, Anna started acting super weird. She'd make passive-aggressive comments about random stuff, like me using the oven too much or leaving shoes by the door, even though she does the exact same things. The real red flag came when I got a notice from our landlord about complaints against me. It said I was being too loud, having unauthorized guests over, and not keeping the place clean. All completely untrue. I've always been respectful, paid rent on time, and kept the place spotless. When I asked Anna about it, she played dumb and said, "Oh wow, I wonder who could have said that." I had a strong feeling it was her, but I didn't have proof. So the next time I saw her acting sketchy, I decided to get to the bottom of it. I brought up the complaints directly and told her I knew someone was lying to the landlord about me. While I was confronting her, I had my reclip on recording in my pocket. Whoa. Basically something that lets me save the audio of stuff after the fact. At first, she tried to deny everything, but when I pressed her, she finally snapped. She straight up admitted she had been making complaints to the landlord because she wanted me to leave. She said she felt like the apartment should just be hers, and that she was hoping if I got enough warnings, I'd move out on my own. She even laughed and said, "It's nothing personal, I just hate sharing space." I sent the recording to the landlord as soon as I could. They immediately sided with me, gave her a formal warning, and told her she could be evicted if she kept causing problems. Now Anna is furious. She's accusing me of being manipulative for recording her without her knowing, and she's been telling our mutual friends that I'm some kind of snake. Some people think I went too far and should have just dealt with it without recording her, but what else was I supposed to do? She was actively trying to get me kicked out of my home for no reason. Talking to her wasn't going to stop her. TLDR, I tried Uno reversing on the manipulator, but it ended up fucking me over. Ooh, wow, juicy. Relationship advice, roommate relationship advice. Ooh. Yeah. The irony of calling her a snake. Yeah, uh-oh. Those aren't her friends. Yeah, that's crazy. Spicy roommate drama. You protected your butt from having an eviction notice in your record if they went through with it. The landlord saw the lies and she got warned. You did nothing wrong. She's just selfish. Yeah, she should still look, yeah, should maybe look for somewhere else to live. That's true. Regardless. Well, Anna needs to look for somewhere else to live. They're not mutual friends, they're her friends. You know where their allegiances lie. Now, act accordingly. Me personally, I would stop wasting energy. Real. Damn. The recording stuff. I mean, I've never been in a bad enough situation where I thought I should record a conversation. But, like, honestly, that's such a good... honestly, that's like good. Like, it's very... That's very, like, cinema. That's very cinema, but, like, honestly, if you feel like you're in danger, or, like, honestly, because the landlord, because she was the one who sent in the claims first. Like, the landlord probably wouldn't have believed if OP was to go and be like, she's lying, because the one who sent in the complaints first, and it's like, your landlord doesn't live with you, she doesn't know whose side to take, so she's gonna side with whoever complained. So, like, honestly, she protected herself. Hey. I have a dash cam, so yeah. Share the recording, yeah, be like, hello? Woo. She just sent her roommate's name and some hair to the gay witch. Yeah, girl, move out. Find a new place to live. Like, woo. How dare you use my own words against me is basically what I'm getting here. And the people who side with her are unhinged. Smart move. Protect yourself no matter what you have to do. And put up cameras in your room. You did nothing wrong. This woman was actively fucking you over. If they're telling you that you shouldn't have recorded her, then what other foolproof way would have worked? People love to say shit like that, but almost always never gives a proper solution. They can say all this because they aren't in your situation. Honestly, fuck that chick for putting you through that. If she wants to be alone so bad, then she should have packed up and leave. You're better than me, because if that was me right after I got the evidence, I'd give her a real reason to file a complaint. Ooh, damn. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah, gotta protect your ass. Like, having a place to live is so important. What are you gonna do if you don't have a place to live? Like, I don't know. So, she did what she had to. Your roommate's a snake. It's a snake. I secretly take their plate, look up their employer in second place. Damn! That's so classic Reddit of you. I feel like... Oh my god! This is so good! My boyfriend, 24 male, left me 20 female because of my hair. Now he wants me back? Oh my god. Juicy. So this might sound dumb, but my boyfriend of 2 years, 24 male, broke up with me, 20 female, because of my hair, or at least that was the final straw. Ever since I was a kid, I've always struggled with super dry and frizzy hair, and at the time I was using a new serum and styling of it a little bit different, which I thought looked good. One day, he asked me to go see some movie with him. I forgot exactly what movie it was, but I know it was some horror thing. Not that it really matters, except it does, because I hate horror movies. And I've told him that 1,000 times and he knew, but he still picked that one specific movie. This is written like a this is written like a fan fiction. This is written like the book I'm reading right now. Okay. Anyways, I spent like an hour before we went out getting ready. I put together a nice outfit, did my full hair routine and makeup routine. I put effort into making sure I look good. So then tell me why after the movie, when I'm getting out of the car, he turns to me and just casually says, "You kind of look like Beetlejuice right now." Whoa, like the fuck you mean I look like Beetlejuice? And then he just kept giggling, so I slammed the door and walked away. And I think he realized he made a mistake because he FaceTimed and said it was just a joke about how our hair was similar and that my face was really pretty. Like, that makes it any better. We got into a whole fight about it, and he ended things over FaceTime. After the after the breakup, I spiraled for a while, but finally decided to fix my hair once and for all. If not for him, then for me. I tried everything until I found something that finally told me what was actually wrong with my hair. Now my hair is soft and healthier than it's ever been. This was about 4 months ago, but guess who came crawling back? My ex saw me at a party and said I looked like a whole new person. Now he's texting me begging for another chance. Honestly, I feel conflicted. Do I take him back? I don't know. Maybe I was overreacting the first time arguing over such a small comment, but also I know he wouldn't be trying to talk to me again if it wasn't for me fixing my hair. Edit, thanks for the responses. Y'all made it super clear that I shouldn't get back with him, which is kind of what I already knew, but now I'm more confident about my decision. Also, for those asking, the app I used was called Hair Snap. Oh, that's so funny. Jeff Bezos. Your baby looks like Jeff Bezos and you look like Beetlejuice. Your hair looks like Beetlejuice. No way. You kind of look like Beetlejuice right now. Excuse me? No. No. The sporadic non-capitalization for eyes. I feel like I do that. Actually, that's not true. No, sometimes I do that. Maybe not when I'm writing this a whole paragraph like this though. Is this a high school relationship? Sounds so immature. Yeah, it's they're 24 and 20. I don't know, you guys. Don't call your girlfriend Beetlejuice, you know? Maybe it's not even the fact, like, if they had broken up because he called her Beetlejuice, hey, you know, it's the fact that he's coming back because he's like, oh my god, wow, look at her hair. She changed her hair. She looks so good now. Like, clearly. Like, what? The Beetlejuice comment could be fun. Yeah, I don't think it's... The reason that he is an asshole is not because of the Beetlejuice comment. It's the fact that, like... It's the fact that he ended things over FaceTime, and then he is like, oh, wow, your hair is, like, so soft now. He's a hair guy. Yeah, he only cared about her hair. Oh my god. I like how he tries to backpedal and he's like, I look like Beetlejuice. He's like, it's okay, babe. I look like Beetlejuice too. At least it's not Sweetie Todd real. Oh my god. That's insane. Oh, don't call her Beetlejuice. Yeah. Maybe not. Like, if you're gonna compare her to anyone from that, like, movie, I've not seen that movie, but maybe compare her to, like, the Winona Ryder character or something. Yeah, babe, we're twinning. It's okay. Like, my hair, like, our hair is similar. Excuse me? Insane. Absolutely insane. Beetlejuice and the Gay Witch. That's a movie title. Okay. Oh, so good. Okay. Oof. This is fun. My 36 female husband, 39 male, just said something I don't think I'll ever be able to unhear. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I guess more than anything, I'm looking for a sanity check right now. I, 36 female, using a throwaway, love my husband, 39 male, dearly. We've been together for 7 years and married for 4. He is kind and non-judgmental of others and well-liked by pretty much everyone who knows him, and that's part of why what is happening right now has me really doubting myself. Basically, in the past, my husband has complained to me about very few things, but some of them include the fact that he is usually the one doing the dishes, picks up the dog poop, and deals with the garbage/recycling. He's not wrong. These are tasks I hate and rarely leap at the opportunity to do. I appreciate his contributions greatly and also have made a point of stepping up into doing them more when he complains. In addition to these things, he contributes to around the house by washing our towels with his laundry. Okay. He also does the majority of the grocery shopping, and he does our budgeting and finances. He's a CPA and money is not my strength at all. He tends to be the person who feeds the dogs probably 4 to 5 days out of the week. I would like to know what she's doing. I think maybe she's cooking and vacuuming or something. Okay. Please now make a list of all the other things that occur in a household. Cleaning, organizing, home improvements, any regular maintenance or lower skill handy tasks. Okay, there we go. Coordinating any services / appointments and making any phone calls, and assign all of that to me. Okay, I see. All right. I do not complain to him about this. I do not ask him to do it, and I am generally happy to take care of it. And if I'm being honest, there's a if you want it done correctly, do it yourself element at play too. What is a throwaway in this context? It's a throwaway account, right? Like she's using a throwaway account for Reddit because she doesn't want people to find her personal details, or she doesn't want it to be connected to her personal posts on Reddit. I knew this year would start on a rough note for him, so I made a point of trying to take a lot off his plate by staying on top of the things he usually complains about, like the dishes, trash, and recycling, etc. He never acknowledged this, but I wasn't doing it to get credit for it. Meanwhile, my job has been subject to some major turbulence and insecurity following the inauguration, and it has been incredibly stressful and at times overwhelming. He has done nothing to ask me how I am doing or talk with me about it. But again, his year has been off to a rough start, and I found myself asking him if he's okay because he always worries about money, and I've been afraid all of the uncertainty is weighing heavily on him. These things would probably be tolerable on their own, but now he has started minimizing and dismissing the work I am doing around the house for us. I've been cleaning like crazy in anticipation of his friends coming over today for the Super Bowl, and I spent all of last Saturday steam cleaning our carpets the entire day. At the end of it, he told me that actually he preferred the carpets dirty so he didn't have to worry about keeping them clean. Okay. After I did our sheets, he immediately put his clean pillow on the floor next to the dog bed. I asked him not to because, sorry, I had to pause and be like, what? I asked him not to because I hate when dog hair sticks to my face when I'm trying to fall asleep, and he insisted it didn't matter and dismissed me with, it's all the same to me. I went out of my way to get a copy of a photo I knew he would like of him reading bedtime stories to his godchildren, and his response when I told him and asked him if the frame / location I was thinking of using was a good fit, his response was, I don't care. This morning, after I told him I had given one of the dogs a bath because her brother managed to pee on her, he told me it wasn't a big deal. I'd had enough and told him this was an example of a larger pattern that was emerging and that it sucks when he seemingly tries to tell me that the things I care about aren't important because they aren't important to him, and that he had been doing the same with my work around the house. And he just stonewalled me, basically told me it's my fault that he's not more supportive of me because I apparently do not support him. Then he tried instead talking about things that I do that he doesn't like and focusing on my shortcomings, and when I called him on it, he just started standing there and saying okay and nothing else. The last thing he said to me about all of this is that I need help for my mental problems and that he's sick of always being the bad guy. I don't know how to work towards a solution with someone who won't even acknowledge the legitimacy of the problem in the first place. And the comment about mental health problems is just so wrong and messed up and gross. I honestly can't believe he said something like that. It crossed a line that has never been crossed before, and it feels like this is beginning to move towards gaslighting, like he would rather attack me than go anywhere near acknowledging or owning or apologizing for the way his behavior is impacting me. I'm trying to think of a single example of him owning a mistake in the past or apologizing for a wrongdoing, and I'm starting to think he has never done that before. Whenever he complains about something to me, I don't challenge him on whether or not it's legitimate. I put work into changing the things that are bothering him. But I'm starting to think he doesn't know how to model the same behavior. Can someone please give me a reality check? Oh my god, I'm starting to not be able to read. Can someone please give me a reality check here? Part of me thinks I'm overreacting, part of me is worried I'm somehow totally off base and I don't even realize it, but that comment about mental health issues has completely derailed my ability to confidently discern up from down now. TLDR, I called my husband out on how he's been dismissing me lately, and his response included telling me I had mental health issues. Whoa. Time to get couples therapy. Um. Hmm. Yeah, she might have not noticed the flags because she's like, oh, now I'm trying to think that at like one time he's apologized to me and I can't think of it. He's depressed and assuming she is. Oh yeah, that would definitely make sense because what is he doing? No, I prefer my carpets dirty. Yeah. Mentally drained from stress and therefore irritable about the mental health accusation he's probably projecting. Yeah. Time to get time for couples therapy. But staying somewhere else for a bit. It sounds like this environment is not good for her health. Yeah. Like, yeah, it sounds like because they're both stressed. Like she says her job is pretty chaotic. And he hasn't had a very good start to his year. She doesn't mention why, but CPA is a very mentally taxing job. Yeah, I think it really takes a lot to like not bring your stress from work home because it's something that like weighs on you, and I think that as in conjecture to that, what am I trying to say? Like it can affect your partner as well, right? Like if you have a really stressful time at work and you come home and that's all you're thinking about and you're like you're stressed, you're irritated, you're upset, you know, like it's really hard to like switch that off and be like the caring husband who doesn't want to complain about anything, you know, like so it's. She works too, and she has to do the chores. They both are doing chores. I mean, it sounds like a deal. I mean, he shouldn't. Honestly, with the way that she describes it, I don't know. It's either he's like, he's not satisfied with this deal that they have right now because like he does a lot. Like he does a lot too. Like he does the dishes. He feeds the dogs and picks up their poop. I mean, I don't know if that includes like walking the dog. Like, does he walk the dog too, or does he just they go on the walk together and he's the one who picks up the poop? Like, I don't know, and takes out the trash. And then don't know who cooks, but cleaning, organizing, home improvements. He makes all the phone calls. He takes care of the finances too, budgeting. Did he explicitly say she was mentally unstable? I remember one time my mom went ballistic because she thought I called her crazy when I didn't. She was hearing things due to stress. She says that the thing that set her off, the thing that made her like start spiraling or whatever, is that he said you need to take care of your mental issues, and mental health problems. So according to her, he explicitly says that, and I am inclined to believe that that's true because that's the one thing that she's picking out of this conversation. I take his chores. That's an easier load. I agree. Like, trash doesn't need to be taken out every day. I mean, like the dog, yeah, like the dishes, the dishes, the dog poop, and the garbage, like, and the finances. Like, sure. Like, honestly, I would take that too. Like, I don't know, everything else? Is she really doing everything else? Like, because there's still a lot more. Like, think about your daily, I mean, how often do you vacuum? How often do you wash the sheets? How often do you do your laundry? How often, like, are you getting, cooking is not mentioned once. Like, do they get takeout every day? Like, what's happening here, you know? Cleaning carpets is harder. Yeah, she steam cleaned the carpets all day because his friends were coming over for the Super Bowl. So yeah, like and she says that he's kind and non-judgmental of others and well liked by pretty much everyone who knows him. So, and that's part of why I said, so she's like, he's so nice to everyone. He doesn't complain. Very few things, but some of them include the fact that he is usually the one doing the dishes. Well, if he's complaining, the thing is, like, when someone complains to you about that kind of stuff, like, isn't the next step to like talk about, well, how can we fix it? Like, can't you say like, hi babe, I'm really stressed out right now, and I'm really stressed out, and I can't like, I really don't think I have the time to like do the dishes, or like it would really help me out if you would like do the dishes. Like, isn't that the healthier thing to say, instead of being like, why don't you ever do the dishes? You know, like, it really, the tone, the way to get people to do things is not by being like, why are you not doing this? Like, I don't know. It's implied that she does everything else, so I don't know. He's nice to others, not her. That is very true. Like, you can be nice to literally everyone else on the planet and like be an asshole to your significant other. Finances sound pretty stressful. Yeah, it does. I mean, it said that he was worrying about money things. I mean, I don't really know, because like, I mean, I deal with my own finances, but like, I wouldn't say that it's like, I don't know. I don't think I'm like at the levels of adult finances, because I still don't really have stable income, so I don't know. It was nice of her to clean the carpet. Yeah, and he's like, oh, I prefer it dirty. My roommate will do things around the house and I don't ask him to do, and he expects me to do something in return. That's like, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a structure, something like structured is needed. I don't know. Ooh. Right, I don't, yeah, and like thinking about relationships in the sort of give and take fashion is just not healthy, because, you know, I think I don't know, I'm sure I've said this at some point, but like, relationships are never going to be 50-50, right? Like, there can never be a 50-50 split on anything. Like, sometimes, like, if you're both working, like, maybe sometimes someone will have more money than the other person, or like, sometimes like you're gonna have to take on more. Like, maybe you'll be cooking every day, and like maybe someone's really busy, someone's stressed out, and it's like, in that case, it's like your job. It's not like it's not going to be like, oh, I'm doing all this, so why aren't you doing all the stuff that you need to? Like, at the end of the day, like, everyone has their own stressors too. So, Aoi coupling counseling in action. Yeah, it is like complaining, the act of complaining. I don't like the act of complaining. I mean, I will say that I'm guilty of it, because as humans, I think we are all inclined to complain about things that we don't like, but it's so like, complaining really takes a lot of energy out of a room, and this doesn't just apply, in my opinion, this doesn't just apply to like romantic relationships. Like, I think, like, if my mom's running around this house, like, she's like, I'm so stressed out, and she's like sighing and like freaking out about stuff, like, that brings like everyone's mood down. Like, no one is like, everyone has to be affected by this, you know? And that's why complaining is so, I think complaining, unfortunately, I think complaining can be a really make or break in a relationship as well. Like, I don't know, this is very like speculatory of me, but I think that like, the more like, complaining at each other is a difference. It's like, oh, you know, I don't know, like, this book that I'm reading right now, I think it's stupid, you know, like, that's like different. But it's like, oh, like, why aren't you doing this? Or like, oh, why do you do this? Or why do I have to do that? Is like, I think it can like, honestly, I think things like that can like kill love. I think it can like kill people being in love with each other. Handing lumbers all day. Yeah, because he is a CPA works. I don't know. So he works with money all day, and then he works with he does his like finances, his own finances too, right? So. Yeah, maybe someone enjoys cooking. Is that a point? I mean, if someone enjoys cooking, like, that's a plus, of course, but you actually agreed, yeah. Mindful. Yeah, you gotta be, yeah, and you gotta like remove yourself too. Like, if someone's really stressed out, you have to like think to yourself like, oh, this doesn't have anything to do with me. I need to leave them alone, you know. Yeah, my very first day of work ever. Everyone was running around cussing and complaining. It was the funniest because you're like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Complaining. Complaining is a good outlet, I think. It can be a good outlet, but it depends on the frequency of complaining. Like, if you have someone who complains every 5 minutes, you guys, like, that's not a fun friend to have around, to be around either, you know? Like, this doesn't just apply to people you live with. Like, I think that if you're hanging out with your friend and like they're like, oh, this food like sucks, oh my god, like I wish I didn't get this drink, or like, oh, we should have gone somewhere else. Like, if you were with someone like that would be annoying too, you know? あおちゃん、おはこもりバレンタインバレンタインを記念してこの配信してるんだけど、実際この配信は別にバレンタインイエーイって感じではない配信としては。Yeah. Certified public accountant. Ah. See. Yeah, consulting with each other. I mean, I think that complaining, like, oh, you know, like, oh, like, I think complaining with each other is a different story. It's like, oh, you know, the price of eggs. Eggs are so expensive recently. We don't really, like, this sucks. Like, if eggs continue to be this expensive, it's like, blah, 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 and then you're like, oh, I know, right? Like, I felt like the prices and like, we don't have enough money for this. Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's a different story, you know? Eggs. Yeah, or like, oh my god, this food ain't that good. You agree? Yeah, it could be better. Yeah, that's a different story. But if someone you're with is like, especially I mean, like when I don't know, like if someone is like complaining about things that you enjoy, or like complaining about things that you're doing, or like stuff like that, like that's when you become like you're facing off against each other, and it's not as healthy, right? Not the eggs. Honestly, because prices of eggs are going up, right, you guys? Isn't that a thing? Yeah, just to know each other's situation. Of course, yeah. And I don't think, but the thing about complaining is that when you say, you know, I feel really stressed out and I really would appreciate it if you would pick up some of my slack. You know, like I understand that I haven't been doing what I need to be doing recently, but I would appreciate it if you could help me out with it. Like, that's not complaining. You're having a productive conversation. You're expressing your feelings in like a productive way, right? Like, or being like, oh god, this stupid thing happened at work today, like, and you're like, oh, that sucks, I hope it gets better. Like, that's a different way, that's a different sense of the word complaining. But complaining at each other about what the other person is doing, that's not productive. So all the prices are going up. Inflation. Not in Canada. Canadian coops are more spread out. Oh, an egg cartel? Oh my god. Oh, the egg cartel. I remember ESD told me about this food documentary on Netflix a long time ago. And they were like, yeah, there was this one about like the bees and like honey or whatever. And there's like a bee cartel. I never watched it, but it sounded interesting. Anyway, yeah, I think like moral of the story, this couple needs serious counseling. I mean, maybe not even serious. Like, this sounds like a very I think she's a little bit jarred because she keeps talking about like, oh, she's talking about like, oh, like he doesn't complain, and when he does complain it's about this, and like he's so nice. But recently, like, he's been very dismissive of the things that I'm trying to do for him, and he doesn't acknowledge that I'm doing all of this stuff for him. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't notice, honestly. Maybe he's so stressed out with his own stuff, he doesn't notice. I don't mean to say that you should always go up and be like, hey, by the way, I steamed the carpets. Or like, by the way, I did the dishes because you weren't doing them. Like, that's not what I mean. But like, he might not even notice, you know? He might not even notice that you're doing it. Like, if he has a bunch of his own issues and you know that his beginning of the year has been rough for him, he might not be picking up on any. I don't know. Like, maybe his brain is just not in the right place right now. But the fact that his responses are like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, like, who cares sort of thing is a little bit concerning. It either points to like, maybe he's like depressed, he has mental health issues and he's projecting, or like there's something going on and he's like not, he's clocked out of the relationship. So I don't know. Let's see if there's any good comments. I wonder if there's any updates. I don't think so, because the Super Bowl was like literally yesterday. You do realize you start off saying this guy is kind and non-judgmental and then go on to describe someone who is neither of those things? Every post on the subreddit is like this. My husband of 10 years is one of the kindest, most empathetic, soft-spoken people I know. I love him, but he also says cruel things to me every day and yells all the time. What do I do? The manipulation tactics this guy uses on OP. Minimizing the things she holds important and validating her feelings by implying they're a product of her mental health, dismissing her needs, judging and criticizing her, exploiting her insecurities, stonewalling her, playing the victim, twisting reality, refusing to take accountability. Such a kind guy. Being well liked by other people doesn't mean he's a good husband. It's hugely concerning that he dismisses you so easily and frequently, and that you can't think of a single time he's ever taken accountability for his mistakes or wrongdoings. I wonder, have you ever told him that you don't care, or ever ignored / dismissed him when he's brought up something to you? I'm guessing you probably can't think of many times you've done that, if all. That you're even writing this post shows that you think about a lot of his feelings and care about him a lot, so dismissing him would be unimaginable to you. And yet he does it to you, maybe multiple times a week. Stress is no excuse. You're stressed too, and you're still able to be present and thoughtful and caring in your marriage. I think this is a good point. I mean, okay, I don't know about this. This is like, I don't know. This is OP, because I mean, like, OP is thinking about her husband. She's not thinking about her at this point. But like, I think this is a point. This is a point that you can make. If he's stressed, he should be more vocal about his stress. And be like, hey, like, if he needs his space, you know, like, oh, if I need time to myself, I need time to just like, to be quiet, not have to focus on anything. Like, I need to rest. I need a day where like I am unbothered. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to think about any chores, any of this, like, just to reset. Like, please let me reset. Like, then we need to be vocal about it, right? So yeah. What if he has a mistress? I was thinking that too. I didn't want to bring it up because I was like, oh, I feel like that's a product of like, oh, men and they're cheating. Like, I didn't want to go there, but honestly, it sounds like he's a little locked out. And she doesn't, I mean, she says, she only talks about the context of the situation like recently. She's like, oh, well, recently he's been like this, so I needed to pick up on his chores because I didn't want him to be stressed out. But we don't know how long. We don't know if this is like a... She says, like, I can't think of a situation where he took responsibility for his actions. I mean, were you ever in a situation that's bad? Like, I don't know. I don't know what cheating behavior looks like. I don't either, but I mean, from all the Reddit stories that I listen to, I think that's, like, kind of probable because people, I think, according to Reddit, no, I think that people who... it's like a trend that people who are cheating, like, they start to like be very uninvested in the relationship. Like, he's like, I don't care. That shows that he's either depressed or like he has mental health issues or he's clocked out. Like, and there's a reason. There could be a reason why he's clocked out. So I don't know. Stress affects people differently. We all have different stress thresholds. I agree with that. I think that, like, I think that stress can, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but like, stress can be an excuse. Like, honestly, there are some times where I have to be like, you know, I'm stressed. Like, I'm stressed about this, I'm stressed about that, so I need to take a break. Like, I'm not going to do the dishes today. I mean, which is fine, because then I just do it the next day. But, like, I'm going to abandon my house duties today because, like, I need to focus on my schoolwork. And that's okay because I can always do it tomorrow, you know? But, like, if you're with two people, if you're, like, if you're married, if you're in this relationship, you know, like, you have to be more vocal about it. Be like, you know, I'm stressed. I need a day. I'm not gonna do anything today. Sorry in advance, you know? Like... He has an outdoor face and an indoor face. Yeah, I really, honestly, like, if your indoor face is toxic as hell, like, okay, that's a problem. But having an outdoor face and an indoor face is not, I don't, that's not a bad thing in my opinion, because I have an outdoor face and an indoor face. I have a streaming face and an indoor face. Like, like, we all have, I think that we all have, like, things that, ways that we act outside and ways that we act inside. It's just, it becomes a problem when one of them is, like, toxic. Desserts. Love those desserts. He's not fighting fair with the cruel crack about your mental health. I'm not sure what the answer is, but when I'm up against something like this, I break it into 3 parts. What are the facts? What is the story I'm telling myself about the facts? And what will it take for me to come to terms with it? I can fix it. I'm biased because I'm in the middle of a divorce with a man who did this, but much worse. But a good sign that he is a significant part of the problem is the pillow thing. Even if he doesn't care about clean pillows, throwing a freshly clean one on the floor next to the dog bed is so avoidable and unnecessary. My husband, when he wasn't berating me for my mess, we have 5 kids, was laying down on new sheets or steamed couch in his work clothes and boots. An atrocity. He works in construction. That's bad. Foul. The pillow thing definitely feels like a tactic of whatever the fuck he's trying to do, in my opinion. Also, getting mad at that is certainly not indicative of mental health issues. People who use abusive tactics often rely on confusion, such as you're experiencing now, and I often did as well. I understand what these comments are saying, and I do think that her husband is in the wrong in this situation, but she doesn't give a, honestly, I don't think she gives a good enough timeline for this, because, like, I don't know, but she is looking back. Now she's looking back and she's like, oh, has he ever taken responsibility? But she could be really stressed out too. Like, you don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just, it hasn't, I don't know, maybe. I think that they're valid and I understand where they're coming from. And I think that's a really valid take and that could be where it's coming from. But we don't know. The way that she phrases this, it sounds like it's something recent. So, I don't know. Leave your shoes at the door. Real. She's on a divorce. That's me. Don't put your shoes on. That's so gross, you guys. Okay. Anyway. We spent a lot of time on that. I like that, though. My female 29 husband, male 30, lied about going to workout classes with his coworker. How to approach. Husband said he was going to some new martial arts classes alone. Turns out he's going with his female coworker, Lisa. I went through his phone because I remembered a month or 2 ago he mentioned he might go to some classes with her. The class starts tonight. I'm so hurt he's lied, and now I fear the reason for his lie. Do I confront him today before the class, or after a few classes have gone by to see if I can get more info if something more is going on between them? Backstory. They seem like close work friends. They vent about their boss, and both like tattoos and martial arts. He's told me I'd get along with her a couple times. I've never met her in person, so not sure what their dynamic is really like. They send each other memes on Insta sometimes. She's attractive, and I don't know how I'd feel about him going to these classes with her. I'm definitely not comfortable now. He's lied. Yeah, it's over. It's over. I mean, I say that as kind of a joke. But, like, if he had just been honest from the beginning and said that he was going to martial arts classes with Lisa, it would have saved her and probably future him a lot of grief. I don't know. Like, this could all be solved. Excuse my, I don't know, my language. But, like, if he just had, like, the balls. If he had the balls to be, like, he just needed to, like, I get it. Like, it might sound a little bad. You go up to your, like, wife and you're like, hey, babe, hey, like, it's gonna sound bad, but, like, I am going to start taking martial arts classes with Lisa, my coworker. I've told you about her, like, the one who likes tattoos and martial arts. We thought this would be cool to do together. Just wanted to let you know this is happening. Wanted to make sure that you know that, like, nothing weird is happening. I get it. Like, that's a hard conversation to have, but, like, you gotta, like, sum up the courage to have that sort of, like, awkward conversation, you know? yeah, like, would you be interested in coming? If you're uncomfortable with me going with Lisa, then let's think of a different situation. Let's think of a solution, because I would like it if I could go with Lisa. So maybe a possible solution would be like, you could come, you could join the class, or if you like want to hang out with Lisa and like if you want to make sure that like she's chill, then we can totally set up something before this class. You know, we can go out for drinks, we can invite her over for dinner, like, you know, like, if you're uncomfortable with it, let's figure out a way to make you more comfortable, and if you really can't stomach that, then we'll figure out another solution, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, the conversation, it's hard. That's a hard conversation to have, because you're like framing yourself. You feel like you're framing yourself for like something that's like not happen, that may or may not happen. Like you're purposefully bringing like suspicion like on yourself, but at the end of the day, it's better to do it because you will be sussed out more at the like if you don't have the conversation. What do you mean he's not allowed to hang out with the opposite gender other than his wife? Yeah, we had a whole conversation about this like 3 weeks ago, you guys. Like hanging out with friends of the opposite sex or whatever. The memes on Insta, it's over, you guys. Yeah, rip the band-aid. Exactly. Let's do open. Yeah, it's difficult, you know, like it makes sense. It makes sense, and especially if like, I don't know, especially if your significant other has like, I don't know, suffered some sort of trauma, like they've been cheated on in the past, like that makes it especially hard to have those conversations. Like I get it, but at the end of the day, like your wife is now like going crazy. She's probably gonna be way more mad at you now that she's found out. Like, jeez. Tell me you've decided you'd love to take that class with him, see what his reaction is. Yeah, good idea. Men don't lie about hanging out with women for no reason, you know this. I don't know. Don't confront, watch. If he's aware you're suspicious, he'll get better at hiding. I was thinking this too. I fear if he thinks I'm suspicious. Yeah, I mean, well, but that's like I don't know. Some people just, they don't have the courage. They don't have the courage to be like, I want to go hang out with a girl. Like, come on. Like, in my opinion, it's just like, just be honest. Just be honest. It saves you so much hassle later on. And like, as a result, like if anything, your wife's gonna trust you more. Jeez. He told her, he didn't tell her that they were taking the martial arts class together. He didn't tell her, he told her, yeah, he mentioned he might go to some classes with her, but he mentioned he might go to some classes with her, but when he referred to the martial arts classes, he said alone. Husband said he was going to some new martial arts classes alone. Apparently a few months ago, he mentioned he might go to some classes with her. Well, how did this conversation go is what I want to ask. Like, was this a conversation that went well? Did he say, oh, okay, well, I won't? Did he get some vibes from her, from his wife, that she didn't want him to go out to these classes with Lisa? Because if that's the case, that might be why he lied. If he got vibes from her, but we wouldn't know that because she doesn't write the details. Is the difference between with a friend and with friends? Yeah, with a friend. That's true. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, like, honestly, I feel like it's good to have, like, you don't have to be friends with your significant other's friends. If anything, like, you really don't need to. But, like, having especially, like, I feel like if you're married too, because, like, I don't know, don't you spend so much time together anyway? Like, couldn't you, I don't know, make time to meet each other's friends? Like, I feel like your friends, like, even your coworker friends, like, I feel like they should all be on your radar, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe this is just me being like, maybe I'm just a clingy girlfriend or something, but I think that if, like, like, if him and Lisa are so close, if they're close enough to send each other memes on Instagram, you know, Like, I don't know, you should just have him on your radar. I get the impression he knew it was going to be a problem if he tried to be honest about it. Of course it's going to. I think that, like, you're never going to get over, like, well, maybe not never, but it's hard to get over the, like, insecurity of, like, oh, what if my partner cheats on me? What if this Lisa girl, they have things in common, like, they're gonna like each other, whatever. You know, like, you might think that, and of course, like, the conversation isn't going to go well, but if you don't have the conversation, it's going to turn out worse. Like, she's so much more mad and anxious now compared to if they had just come up with a solution. It's human. Yeah, no, it's so human to be like, what if, but, and you know, and especially if you know your partner isn't going to take it well, but you still gotta do it. It sounds like maybe the initial conversation didn't turn out well, which would explain why he wouldn't be open. Yeah, but you're not gonna know unless, well, yeah, she didn't give that information, but, like, but even if the initial conversation didn't go well, it's not an excuse to lie about it. Like, that, in my opinion, that's not an excuse. I know it's hard. Like, I understand it's hard and that, like, it's way easier to just, like, lie about it. But the consequences that you're going to face for lying are way greater. That conversation is going to be way more awkward now. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, because, I mean, she says it, too. She's attractive, and I don't know how I'd feel about him going to classes. Like, she says it. Like, she is not comfortable with it. But that's a conversation, that's like an open conversation that they have to have, right? Like, oh, well, so then how can I make you feel comfortable about it? Like, I don't believe in restricting people's, like, what they want to do. Like, even if, like, I'm uncomfortable with something, like, I wouldn't want someone to stop what they want to do just because I'm uncomfortable. And, but that doesn't mean that we can, like, keep it that way. Like, we should, like, figure out something to do, right? What's right isn't always easy, of course, yeah. Instagram. The Instagram memes. If it doesn't lead to divorce, he'll be, yep. Oh, remember the time that you lied to me about Lisa? Remember the time? Like, yeah, it's not, the consequences are worse. Way worse. My Instagram. You can make compromises too. Exactly. Like, let's make a compromise. Like, I'm not gonna stop you from doing what you want to do, but let's take steps so that we're both more comfortable about it, you know? It'd be funny if he's not going to, like, yeah, I posted about it on Reddit, but it wasn't true at all. Like, ooh, my husband 30 told me we're sexually incompatible. Okay, is this not safe for work? It's not safe for work. I can't read this. I don't know, you guys, should I read this? I mean, all the words are on the screen anyway. All the words are on the screen anyway, it's fine. It's not, also, it doesn't have the not safe for work tag, so. It's too late now. Yeah, at this point, it's like, well, goodbye. If my VOD like gets taken down for this, I would laugh. I would actually laugh. Like, I know that's scary, but I might laugh more than I'd be scared. For my channel, I get it, but I would laugh probably. Yeah, it's not painfully detailed, exactly. Yeah, it's too late now. Whatever. Hi, Vivi. X-rated content. It has the word sex in it. Okay. My husband, 30 female, told me 30 female were sexually incompatible. What can I do to help? My husband, 30 male, and I, 30 female, have been together for 15 years. Holy shit, since high school. We got married in 2018 and have been living together since. Oh, I saw the word anal. It's over. Goodbye. Nuke the VOD. Okay. I noticed recently he's been a little withdrawn, so I asked him if anything's going on. He tried to deny it at first, but eventually I got him to open up. That he's made this realization that we're just not sexually compatible. He said he has a really high sex drive while mine is pretty low, which is true, and he has fetishes that I will never be able to satisfy, mostly anal. And again, true. Oh no. He was saying how it just hit him that he's only 30 and that he has still sorry. I read that I'm sorry, the way I read that sounded like, oh, you're only 30. That's so old. that he has more than half his lifetime left. This is true, and he was struggling to accept he'd be sexually frustrated for all that time. Oh no! Rip Rod. I asked him what he meant by being sexually frustrated. He said he spends most days wanting sex, that I turn him down often or ask him to get me in the mood first, which makes him feel like sex is a chore for me, that I don't like it. The times I've initiated, not often. I thought he was really happy, but now he's telling me that he feels like I have all the control when it comes to sex. What? That he's always so turned on as soon as I'm in the— wow, this is intense. As soon as I'm in the mood, I can get some. Huh? Wait, hold on. Okay, sure. That he feels powerless when it comes to our sex life. A little TMI, but for about 6 months, our sexy time is pretty quick, with more time spent in foreplay than penetration. Love this. Goodbye, VOD. Now he's telling me that this is because he gets so excited during sex that he doesn't last long. He's only 30. I was pretty sad when I heard all this, and I said I'll try harder to improve our sex life, but he said no. He said I've made such promises in the past that went nowhere, and that this is a him problem anyways, and it isn't fair for me to push myself to do something just for his happiness. I then asked him what the solution should be, and he said he's already working on it. Apparently for the past month, he's been focusing on not looking at me sexually, or on seeing me as more of a roommate than his wife. Oh no! It's over! He assures me that he still loves me the same and wants to be with me forever, but this way the pressure for sex isn't there anymore. That's when it hit me. For the past few weeks, he hadn't tried to grab my ass/boobs at all, and he's very grabby. Damn! But even more than that, I realized he hasn't been hugging me as often or kissing me either. It feels like all intimacy from our relationship is gone. What's worse is I didn't pick up on any of this. I feel so heartbroken. I hate that I put him through this and that I can't satisfy him. I keep trying to initiate sex, but he turns me down every time. Oh my god. He still laughs and is happy all around, but I do catch him being down every once in a while. It just feels like I'm losing him and I don't know what to do. Any advice from anyone who's gone through anything like this? You need sex therapy! A lot of comments seem to suggest he's going to cheat on me if he hasn't already. While nothing in life is absolute, he has often said that he finds cheating to be one of the worst things a person can do. His uncle cheated on his wife and destroyed their marriage, and he saw firsthand the effect it had on their young children, so I feel fairly confident that he's at least not cheating. No, this is so sad. Just clip that, please. It goes in the Cosmia. It goes in the Cosmia court. They need sex therapy. Okay. Some questions. What's his desired frequency per week for sex? 3 times, 7 times, 14 times? What is your desire? Yeah, this is... that's pretty, like, bare minimum questions to be asking, you know? Good soundboard. You jump in the Cosmia voice channel and that's the first thing you you play. Now that's a spicy... I really wanted to do, like spicy personality quiz tests for members, like a members chat. That sounds so fun. Before you knew it was a crisis, how often would you try to initiate sex? Blah, 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 blah. Does OP even respond to this? Number is the real deal. If you've not noticed your husband has checked out of your relationship at 6 years, you probably also checked out at some point. Ooh, juicy. Do you think that the fact that it took a month to realize that not only did he not initiate sex with you, but did not that's actually very true, but did not initiate any physical contact means that you are possibly even more dialed out of the relationship than he is? If so, why would you try to hold on to this and make it work? Ooh, real. I think the funniest one I saw was the wife asking the husband for an open relationship, and she got pissed. Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot in Reddit stories. I feel like a lot of the time it's like the man though. It's like, oh, let's explore our sexuality, and then they open their relationship, and then the wife starts sleeping around, and he's like, no, this is not what I wanted. It is Valentine's week. Ooh, oh my god. Okay, all right, maybe it's time. You guys need counseling. It doesn't... Yeah, intimacy. Sorry, intimacy coach. I literally was like, sex therapy. But yes, intimacy coach. Thank you. It doesn't sound to me like he has any intention of cheating or leaving. It sounds like he withdrew intimacy as a defense mechanism against rejection. Oh, I'm a woman, but I'm in your husband's position. I have a higher sex drive out of the two of us. Now it has improved over time, but I did the same thing. I stopped initiating because I was tired of getting shot down all the time. Find yourself a sex counselor. Oh, this is a sex counselor. Or a sex positive couples therapist and get to the root of the issue. At least then you'll know it's something you can solve. You guys, I wanna... You guys, I want to be a sex positive couples therapist. That's my goal. That's my goal in life. Okay, anyway. The intimacy coach. You're right. Oh, you're right. It is. It's like the. Oh, that's right. You're right. It is the dude on a movie set. Okay. Good luck. Thank you. The tea would be so wild. I would not be spilling my client's tea. That's confidentiality. But that would be a breach of confidentiality. But I think I would love. That sounds like a great job. Okay. Anyway. Therapy collabs. All right. Everyone, any couple okay with being on stream? Oh no. Okay. Okay, wait. There was an update. Do I have to nuke this VOD now? A little bit of added context for anyone based on the comments. Oh, okay, I received. Some people asked what I meant when I said he wants sex at inopportune times, like when I need to run an errand. It's mostly at completely random times, like when I'm about to head to the gym or when we're about to head out for the night to meet friends / family, go on a date. If we were to have sex, it would make me late, which I really hate. Okay. Someone commented on that if I'm too tired / stressed from work to have sex. He's currently the sole earner of the household. I do work a part-time job where I decide when to pick up shifts, but he's made it very clear that we don't need the money and I don't need to even contribute what I make to our finances. Oh, we share the household chores. I do cooking and cleaning. He does laundry, dishes, and garbage. A lot of comments seem to misunderstand my get me in the mood first comment. When we have sex, there's plenty of foreplay and he almost always goes down on me. Oh, whoa, oh, I need to nuke the VOD. Goodbye, VOD. Goodbye, VOD. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. But sometimes I'm not initially in the mood, so I tell him if he really wants sex right now, he'll have to carry on. So maybe a quick, oh, okay, alright, okay, girl. Majority of our sex sessions are just vanilla. Okay. These are really good. This is members content, you guys. This is if any of you who are not in membership wonder what a members stream sounds like, it sounds like this. Maybe not this. Maybe not this. I've never read I've never read like a like, I don't know, like a not safe for work Reddit story on stream, but this is probably what it'd be like. Stop pushing his anal fantasies on me. Okay, wow, we're getting real. Okay. Updates. I stopped trying to initiate sex with him. I could tell he was starting to get bothered by it. I tried wearing Whoa! Whoa! The butt plugs! Not the butt plugs! Okay, he had bought me and I showed it off to him. Wow! Okay! Go, girl! You go, girl! But he seemed annoyed about it, so I'm backing off. But I'm trying to be more intimate in non-sexual ways. I'm hugging and kissing him more often and cuddling whenever we're both on the couch. He seems to be appreciating it more. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, they always say that, but like, intimacy doesn't have to be about sex, so. Training art. Clip that. What did I say? I brought up seeing a sex-positive therapist. He said he's fine with giving it a try, but isn't sure what they can really do for us. I feel like that's all. Like, you never know what a therapist can do for you, and then you gotta do it. I'm currently researching therapists and will try to book an appointment soon. Sounds good. I'm just terrified of bringing this up, but I got enough comments. Oh, here we go. I got enough comments that I felt I had to. I asked him if he wants to take a break from us or wants to try opening the marriage so we can have more sex. Oh, he practically called me crazy for suggesting it. Then he only wants to have sex with me. Oh, he reminded me of this. Not me being like, oh. He reminded me of the situation with his uncle's family and said even with my consent, he would still consider it cheating. I started reading a smut book. Yes, you go, girl! In the hopes that it'll get me in the mood more often. You go, girl. So far, it's a little cringy, but I'm hanging in there. Oh, I love the exclamation point. This post is so not wholesome, but it's so wholesome. The book club. I'm also reading Emily Cozy book clubs. You are great. I asked him to clarify more what he meant when he said I have all the power when it comes to sex. He told me he's pretty much always turned on. Okay, so as soon as I'm in the mood, I can have sex. Okay. He also said he felt our sex life was very one-sided, where he would have to get me in the mood, go down, blah, 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 then do all the work, blah, 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 blah. I'm not gonna, okay. He said, starfish. Which I didn't know was a term! I sometimes try to be on top of it, I get tired pretty quickly, so I take over again. Oh my god, he said all this makes me feel like sex is something he's doing to me instead of with me. Almost like I'm a victim. Oh no. Tried to tell him that's not the case at all, but he wasn't convinced. We both agreed. The pillow princess. Not the starfish. We've both agreed to get our hormones checked to see if it explains why our libidos are on the opposite side of the spectrum. The pause on the discussion of having kids until we get to the bottom of this. Aw. Wait, I think this is like wholesome. Like this is a lot. This is a lot of detail, but kind of wholesome. That's all I suppose. Thank you everyone for all your help and insights. I feel like I've learned so much in just a few days, and the more I learn, the better I feel our chances of resolving this issue. I guess the rest will be upon our therapist to help with. I should probably turn off the like this. Oh wait, no, I already have it turned off, obviously. This video is not for kids filter. Wait, I know I'm gonna get crap for this, but you don't really work, no kids, and you split chores 50-50? You starfish! And he has to do all the work initiating? I will be honest, I would be a little concerned about the direction your relationship is going. I guarantee you he's starting to keep score and he's realizing that the work in this relationship is all his. In the original post, she also took 1 month to notice he had stopped trying to initiate intimacy with her. That's wild to me. You aren't wrong. When the guy who truly cares / loves her feels like he is pushing himself onto her, he feels bad very quickly, especially if she isn't reacting much during the act or getting into it. He is supporting them and doing many of the chores. Why bother if he needs connection with his lover that sex provides? He is starving time to move on. Interesting. Honestly, I had the same thought. It doesn't seem like she's contributing a lot to the relationship and is actually a significant source of stress for her partner, unfortunately. I'm glad OP is being proactive and trying to get in touch with her sexual side, because I think up until now she's been taking for granted how easy she has it and not understanding that if it weren't for their extremely long history, her husband probably wouldn't be willing to put up with such a one-sided, unsatisfying relationship. She's really lucky about her husband's uncle. I don't think OP gets how messed up it is her husband is motivated by guilt more than happiness. She also said she gets tired during sex. I would hope if she's not working, she would have time to put down. She would put toward her fitness. Is that the issue here? I don't know. Maybe. What is making her tired? I guess so. Since she said she's not depressed, I'm wondering if OP just doesn't have that much energy because she doesn't do much, and it's a cyclical problem. Essentially, I think couples counseling is a good idea, but OP should also consider individual therapy to understand herself better, because the sex issue aside, she seems unmotivated and kind of directionless. This is bizarre. If she's basically not working, doesn't have kids to take care of, what exactly is she doing all day? What does she contribute to the relationship? I'm not seeing anything. She's starfishing the whole relationship, I guess. I assume starfishing is just kind of like lying down there and thinking of England. Yeah, yes, correct. I will be on checking her hormones. Yeah. Yeah, these are, yeah, I mean, that is a question. That is a question. If I brought home all the money, split chores 50-50, and had to do the work during sex, I would have been gone long before him. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I think that's valid. I think this is wholesome though. Like, I think she's trying. But I do agree that, like, yeah, I guess, yeah. What are you doing? That is a question. It is a question. Oh, this one looks good. We'll end with this one. We'll end with this one down here. But I'll read this one first. She's trying her best. She's making strides. Like, some people really don't have a lot of. I've had friends that, like, well, I guess like I guess like friends who've had like more mental health issues too, I guess, but like they were tired. Like, they were tired all the time. They didn't want to do a lot of things, and I don't know. It just a lot of people don't have the same sort of thresholds for the things that they're able to do at one time. I mean, it makes sense. So but I do agree that, like, yeah, getting hormones checked is a good idea, and like, yeah, I mean, those are valid takes, I think, but here to this new members video so we can keep the VOD. I mean, I think, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think the VOD will be fine. Like, I don't think that it will actually be nuked. If it actually does get nuked, I will eat those words. But Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Like, I think there's, yeah, non-streams are wild. Agreed. Yeah, like other Prism girls like have done worse. So I think it should be okay. It wasn't that explicit. Yeah, I honestly think it's like fine. But yeah, so I think it'll be okay. If the VOD goes away, that I will eat my words. But I don't have like copyright strikes on my channel, so I honestly think that it will be okay. And even if it does, even if it's not okay, then we'll just be careful next time. Bye yellow dollar. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Which is fine. Yellow dollar is fine. I mean, you guys, I do karaoke once a week. A bunch of my videos are not monetized. Live and learn. This happened in 30 minutes might be an issue. Oh, okay. It's an maybe I should change. Non said that she does that. She's like, I changed my categories to education. This is education. I'm educating you about relationships. Okay. Anyway, my 24 female partner, 26 male, refused to go grocery shopping on his own. What are reasonable explanations? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they live in a foreign country and can't communicate, because that deters my motivation for going grocery shopping a lot. There's so much worse on YouTube. Yeah, right. My boyfriend and I have been together for over 2 years and have been living together for just under a year. Typically, on the weekends, we will go grocery shopping together whenever we have the time. Important note is that we don't pre-plan this before the weekend starts. I usually have a time frame in mind when I'm available to go and then prompt him to go when I'm ready to go. And yes, I didn't respond to the comment, but yes, I do want to do... I do want to go through this subreddit again. I like this. This is fun. When I'm ready to go. Okay. This weekend was busier than usual. We were out pretty much all day on Saturday and didn't get home until late, and we also had plans to go to a friend's Super Bowl party on Sunday afternoon. This left us with a short window to do grocery shopping and do other chores this weekend. Now, a few of my friends wanted to get together, and I made plans with them to hang out for an hour or so earlier in the day so I'd still be able to go to the Super Bowl party with my boyfriend. I'm also a runner and use the weekends to get my long runs in, usually in the morning, so that is another factor in our scheduling. Before I was leaving to go meet up with my friends, I asked my boyfriend if he would be able to pick up some groceries while I was out before he left for the Super Bowl party. As far as I knew, his plan was to hang out at our apartment until then. He told me no, that we'd have to get groceries together, that I was choosing to hang out with my friends over getting that task done this weekend. He framed it in a way that I was just trying to have fun while getting out of chores / not having to worry about them. Now, at this point of the weekend, I had already taken care of everything else that we, in parentheses, mainly me, typically get done on the weekends, including cleaning the kitchen and bathroom, taking out garbage / recycling, and washing our bedding and towels. I do more than my fair share of the household duties, and I usually never ask him to do chores for if I'm out of the apartment busy with other plans. So I don't think it's fair to characterize in such a way where I'm shirking off all the domestic labor on him while I go off and have fun. The only reason I asked is because there was no other time for me to go, and we needed groceries both for dinner that night and for Monday morning. We both work full-time in office 5 days a week, and he has a long commute, so grocery shopping during the week isn't really feasible for us. His perspective, he thinks grocery shopping is a shared task that needs to be done together. He doesn't think he should be obligated to pick up any slack if I have plans preventing me from going grocery shopping with him, that I have to deal with the consequences of choosing time with friends / exercise over doing chores. My perspective, I really value a partnership where we can support each other and pick up the slack when the occasion calls for it. If the roles were reversed and I had the capacity to take on the grocery shopping while he went out with friends or worked out or even just wanted to take a nap during that time, I'd do it without any hesitation. I also feel like I already pick up his slack / take things off his plate on a regular basis so he can focus on his well-being. So my question is, what are reasonable expectations surrounding the division of labor in cases like this? I recognize I overextended myself this weekend and he's not obligated to do me any favors because of that. But like I said before, this is a rare occurrence and not the norm or a pattern in our relationship. I feel as though we should have each other's backs in these situations. Okay, yeah, okay, bro. He's the asshole. He's the asshole. And I think this goes back to the, like, relationships are not 50-50. Like, sometimes someone is more busy than the other person, and you just have to accept that, you know? You gotta pick up the slack. I don't know. All the time he's got a case, but yeah, it's one time. It's one time. If it bothers you so much and you are so busy, you can't do whatever, just say, all right, can you cook me a nice meal tomorrow? Then, like, I don't know, like, just ask her to do something instead. Oh my god, Mimi's being so annoying. Hold on, I have to let her in. Bro, starfishing! God. Okay. Yeah, just get the groceries, real. Starfishing. Hello, my. Oh, Nanako, the butter tray, the butter tray and the I think both of them. I haven't opened the package, but I got a package from Amazon today, and I think it's the stuff. Thank you. I'm gonna put on if the humidifier is here. I'm going to put water and essential oils in it and put it on while I sleep or before I sleep. Okay, you're annoying. You came in here and now you want out? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, he's the asshole. He's the asshole. That's a little bit like just pick just one day. Like that's unfair. That's unfair. Next time if you're expecting, if that's how you view it, next time you want to do the same, don't expect her to want to go grocery shopping on her own. Also, yeah, grocery shopping together, I don't know, I guess, like, if that's a thing, if that's your thing that you do together, like, sure, but I don't know. Maybe smell the Super Bowl. Yeah, oh my god. My mom was like, we're going to a Super Bowl party yesterday, and I was like, is it the Super Bowl? I didn't know it was a Super Bowl. Super Bowl adjacent. Yeah, I guess so. Because it was like yesterday. Groceries are heavy. Agreed. Yeah, if you're buying drinks. Oh my god. Yeah, groceries can get really heavy. I'm so lucky right now that I have a grocery store right outside my current apartment, because it makes grocery shopping 10 times easier. You guys, before I had to go on my freaking electric razor scooter. No, it's not a razor scooter, but it might as well have been one. Like, it was heavy. I'd like have it on my shoulder, or like even on one of the arms of the handle of the scooter. Like, it was not it. Like, I'm so glad. I am blessed. I am blessed with this apartment. Internet's kind of shitty, but like otherwise, I do not have any complaints. It's so nice. I spilled my Dusty Fox on my pants. God damn it. Food and groceries. I know. Thank God. It's okay. It was only a drop. It was only a little bit. Oh. Okay, I'm doing laundry tomorrow. Oh yeah, Mimi's gonna probably doesn't like sweets. She won't eat anything besides her like food and like bones or meat or whatever. She's a carnivore. What are you doing? You're not. She's getting ready to enter the covers of the bed. Oh my god. She's so cute. Okay. Anyway, yeah, he's the asshole. I don't know. She's probably gonna have to, because this is gonna continue. She said, like, they've been living together for a year or something. Just under a year. Yeah, this pattern of behavior is going to continue, and she's gonna wake up sooner or later. She's gonna be like, huh? What? Like, playing around on the... What you doing? What's that fox doing? What's that cat doing? You speak to Mimi in Japanese? Yes and no. I speak to her in both, actually. Mimi, your cat, yes. Figure out how to get inside, because I'm always opening the covers. I'm always lifting up the covers for her. Hi, Reina, welcome in. What do we read into? Oh, we're reading relationship advice, r/relationship advice Reddit stories today. Hello, Raiders. I hope that you had a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for the raid. I think we're gonna read one more story because the next one seemed pretty juicy. Welcome Raiders, hello! We're talking about relationships today because it's almost Valentine's Day! I did this so he should too, is it the way? Yeah. Straight up tell him that. Yeah, no, he is the asshole. You guys just missed the spicy one. Ooh, yeah, there was like a not safe for work one a second ago, but thankfully she didn't rate 8 minutes ago. Yeah, honestly, it was pretty spicy. It was a pretty damn spicy Reddit story. But this one is about grocery shopping. This one, the TLDR for this one is like, I mean, you can kind of read it yourself, but the girlfriend needed to go to a Super Bowl party. She had a pretty packed schedule, and in order to get to the Super Bowl party, like, she had to cram in a meetup with her friends in the morning, and it was on the day that her and her boyfriend would usually go grocery shopping together, and he pretty much said, I'm not going to go if you're not going with me. If you're choosing to hang out with your friends and ignoring and neglecting our duties to go grocery shopping, then I'm not going to go grocery shopping, even though he's sitting on the couch like doing nothing until the party. Starfishing. Yeah, starfishing. It was a wild Reddit story. It was good though. That was a spicy story too. Duty is your duty. Okay. Our last story of the day, I think, because it is 1:45. It is currently 1:45 in the morning where I am. Is this one because it had a really spicy title. New quote-unquote girlfriend in our friend group has a crush on my female 26 boyfriend, 34 female. Whoop! Spicy! Oh no, there's extra, wait. Okay, I don't know why they added it at the beginning. What? Okay, I guess we'll read the edit first. I did not expect this post to get so many replies, so I'll add a few more details I left out that are questioned. 1, the group in question consists mainly of my boyfriend's friends. I've known these guys years, but they were his friends first. I have girlfriends of my own. They're just long distance, so I can't make it to our outings all the time. 2nd, the night of the incident. Oh, geez, what? Why are these details before? The night of the incident was a group event we had of about 8 people, including the baby mama. What? Okay, hold on. I need to read this first. Okay, so hopefully the title makes sense. Wasn't sure how to word it. For some context, my boyfriend and I have been together for around 7 years. We're both very secure in the relationship. There's little to no jealousy issues that have ever arisen. He's got a very large friend group that consists of all males other than one of his closer friends, baby mama, who's been around just as long as I have. We've never been super close as we just don't have similar interests, but we've always gotten along just fine. Other than short-term girlfriends, there's not many girls that I get to hang out with in the group. So when one of his other buddies had a new lady for longer than a month, I was pumped to meet her. She's in her later 30s and is coming from an abusive marriage. She told me she suffers from ADHD and autism and has 0 friends. I let her know I already considered her a friend after such a short time knowing her and tried to make her feel welcome. She's a sweet girl and I personally have no issues with her at all. She's a little different, but there's nothing wrong with that. Montoya! Okay. Fast forward a few months, I had a ton of travel for work and personal reasons, so wasn't around our friend group very much for a few weeks. When I returned, it was just an off vibe. She was all over me, hugging me and saying I'm more than welcome to attend a concert that my boyfriend booked us tickets for months ago. Not sure that she knew we only grabbed her a ticket last minute to make her feel included. Uh-oh. She seemed to be trying to make it seem like it was okay if I came with them, even though we had planned it months before we met her. She was constantly trying to converse only with my boyfriend, trying to make future plans and of course letting me know I'm more than welcome to join. She then rubbed his shoulder and told me she'd be cutting his hair soon as she could get her hand on it. Not sure if it matters, but I was a hairdresser for 3+ years and she knows that. My boyfriend is a little awkward, so just kind of pulled the haha, yeah, I agree to anything when I'm drunk. Okay. Her boyfriend, who is also a friend of mine, gave me a funny look and was pretty quiet for the rest of the night. I don't plan on confronting her as I don't feel threatened, just more flabbergasted as I've never felt like someone is so blatantly trying to get under my skin, and frankly, it isn't working. I'd still be her friend regardless, but I'm so curious. Is this normal behavior that women partake in? No! Have I just not had enough female interactions over the years? Let me know. Sorry for the rant, lol. Thanks, y'all. No! No! What do you mean? No, this is not normal. I would never. Oh my god. First of all, it's definitely like, it definitely should be common knowledge that, like, hands off your friends and family's, like, partners. That's gross, y'all. Like, she's hunting. I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing? Just like putting her hands through my backpack loops. Okay. Deep dive in the female mind. Okay, let's read the edits now. I did not expect this post to get so many replies, so I'll add a few details. The group in question consists mainly of my boyfriend's friends. I've known these guys years, but they were his friends first. I have girlfriends of my own. They're just long distance, so I can't make it to our outings. The night of the incident was a group event. We had a group of about 8 people, including the baby mama I mentioned earlier. Third, this was a singular event, which is one of the main reasons I haven't considered confronting her. Nothing additionally has happened in our outings together. Whoa, what are you doing? No! Oh my god, she was trying to get in my... She must have the zoomies. She was trying to get into my drawers. Okay, I opened the door. She like ran out. Let's see. This is weird, and no, this is not how females interact with each other. Thank you very much. Oh my god. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I will say I don't think I wouldn't like go as far as to be like, oh my god, the boyfriend was wrong for doing this, because I don't think he like that's valid. Like, I'm that way too. Like, I'm like, oh haha, yeah, but like I think that he has a bit of an obligation to be like, yeah, no, like, oh no, like my girlfriend, she was a hairdresser for a while, so I it's okay. Like, I think I have what I need. Like, I'll be getting my hair cut for my girlfriend. Ha ha ha. Like, I don't know. Haha, I agree to everything when drunk is scary. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think that he has a responsibility to be like, no. To, like, you don't have to shut her down. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be mean to her, but it is, like, you should shut it down, you know? Like, I don't know. The woman's history. Yeah, the abusive, yeah, she's coming from an abusive marriage, huh? Could be a myriad of things that cause the behavior. I suppose. I mean, like, I do think she must be traumatized if she was in an abusive relationship. Like, yeah, she must have a lot of, like, she must have some issues, some baggage, whatever, coming out of that. Makes sense. Makes sense, but I understand why OP is saying that she hasn't confronted the girl either, because she says it was a single incident and nothing of, like, note has come up since then. But I think that next time it happens, like, you need to be like, you need to be clear that, like, hi girly, hey girly, hands off, you know. Like, and you don't have to be mean about it, is what I'm saying. Like, I understand, like, you can be understanding of her trauma and still set boundaries for yourself. Like, I understand that's a difficult path to navigate. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, he's mine, like, get off. Like, you don't have to be like that, but you do have to set your own boundaries, you know? Like, you can't just let it go. Like, yeah, like, hands off, like, oh, like that girl at Oktoberfest. I was at Oktober, for people who don't know the story, I was at Oktoberfest. And, you know, it's a German thing, so most of the people around me are, like, German or, like, European. But it is a tourist attraction, so there are other, like, there were other people from all over the world. And so I turned around. I was with my friends, but I turned around because we were all, like, kind of drunk or whatever. And there happened to be this, like, guy standing behind me. And he spoke, like, perfectly, like, very, like... California, like West Coast, like English, like myself. And they're like, oh, like you're American. Oh, what? That's so cool. Where are you from? What are you doing here? You know? And then this girl, the girl that was standing next to him, he was like, hi. She was like, oh my god, like hi. And he was like, yeah, like she's American. I'm like, yeah, American hot. And she's like, oh wow. And she was like, oh, like, by the way, I don't remember exactly how it went, but she was like, oh, like he's mine. He's mine, by the way. I'm like, okay, that wasn't my intent at all. Like, I was literally just standing here. I'm with my own friends. Like, I don't know. Like, that's not what I mean, thanks for making it clear, I guess, but I really was not after a man's. Like, it was so, like, weird. She was a little weird, but she was sweet. She was sweet, but she was a little weird. Like, I'm not saying you have to be like, he's mine! You know, like, you don't have to do that. But there is, like, a way, there should be a way to, like, navigate the situation so that she understands that you are in a committed and very stable relationship, and he does not, he's not interested in you, you know? Yeah, not going after a man's. And yes, it is the beer festival in Germany. Just share your boyfriend. If it only happened once, maybe she's one of the people that likes testing people. I used to be like that. I wonder how they react if I did this, and their reaction was so boring she stopped. Maybe, I mean, yeah, there could be different reasons. She might not be into the boyfriend. Like, honestly, she might not be. Maybe that's honestly, that could be just like mean girl behavior. But I mean, she also comes out and she's like, yeah, I mean, she got ADHD and I'm autistic, like, all this stuff. So, like, you don't really know, like, maybe she could have, like, very different communication styles than like, other people. Or she could be mean girling it. You never know, honestly. You don't know, but, I mean, if it happens again, like, I think there's just ways to go about it that make it, like, okay. But if it doesn't happen again, then it doesn't happen again. Like, crisis averted, right? So, yeah. Your boyfriend needs to talk to his friend about the new girl. And also, wait, she said she has a boyfriend too. My boyfriend, her boyfriend, who is also a friend of mine, gave me a funny look and was pretty quiet for the rest of the night. Hopefully they had a talk. Like, I don't know. Like, this sounds like a bigger problem, honestly. He needs to voice his concerns with her behavior. I'm not really understanding why the boyfriend doesn't put a stop to this. She was rubbing his shoulders and making plans with him that she so graciously invited you to as if you're the third wheel. Come on, why is he not standing up for himself and your relationship? Yeah, there are ways to shut her down. There are ways to shut her down that are not... for the boyfriend to shut her down without being an asshole or without, like, triggering her or something. I would be blunt. Yeah, of course I'm coming. This is my boyfriend. You needed an invite, not me. It's assumed we attended most things together as we are dating. Do not message my boyfriend or touch his hair. Thanks. That's over the line. This is the approach I take as well. As someone who hates conflict and is a peacekeeper, I would not. This is, I would be physically unable to say this. Do I think that this is a way to go about it? Like, yes. But I would not be able to do this. And I do think it's sort of the responsibility for the boyfriend, since he's the one being like she's coming onto him. So it's sort of his responsibility to shut it down too. And because this girl seems really nice. OP seems really nice. She's like, I'd still be friends with her. Like, I think she's sweet. Like, she's a little quirky, but like, she's nice. Like, honestly, there are some girls who would be like, you're touching my boyfriend's shoulders, like, hands off, like, we are not friends, like, you know, like, you could very easily get on a mean girl. Like, if OP was a mean girl, like, you could get on her bad side real quick with something like this. But she seems pretty gracious, honestly. She seems, like, secure. She seems very secure and very gracious. So, like, honestly, I don't know, like, but, you know, people can take advantage of that too. So, you know, you just gotta make sure that you have boundaries. You don't have to be mean about it, but you still gotta set boundaries. If she does it again. Is it okay to say that perhaps you didn't know how to respond to someone on the spectrum? Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that I mean, because the girl has a lot of baggage too. Like, she has a lot of emotional baggage. She could be traumatized. Like, she could be triggered if he says something like, I don't know, if he goes, get off me, you know, but like, and I understand, like, responding in the moment, being like, oh, haha, yeah, but if you're aware, like, I think that this is a one-time thing. I think he gets one pass on this. Like, if this happens again, like, they have to be prepared at some point. And so next time, if this happens, if there is a next time where this happens, like, he has a responsibility to shut it down. Because that's a way to make a lot of enemies, you know? Like, if, like, with that behavior, he could also potentially get on his friend's bad side. Like, her boyfriend, he could get on her boyfriend's bad side too. Like, and that's not good. They have, like, this whole group, and it's not gonna be healthy for anyone if that starts happening. They're like, oh, the two couples are beefing. Oh god, now we gotta take sides. Like, that, it's over for the friendship, you guys. Like, I don't know. There are less confrontational ways to de-escalate. Same. You gave us a pep talk to have balls and you're right. Wait, what did I say about the balls again? Oh yeah, have the balls to talk to your girlfriend about if you're going out with another girl to a martial arts class. Yes, have the balls there, but don't be confrontational. Definitely the mix of suffering from autism and the abusive relationship will make correcting her behavior socially different. Oh, definitely. But I mean, you have to try. I mean, like, I don't mean that, like, you can be her therapist or anything, but you have to have your own boundaries. Like, you can't just be like, oh, well, she's autistic, you know? Like, oh, well, she's autistic. Like, you won't know. Like, you won't know unless you bring it up, right? So, I do agree that people who are on the spectrum, like, they have a different way of interacting with others, and they have difficulty reading social cues, and so it totally makes sense. Like, I think that if she is depending on how severe her autism is, like, maybe she's misreading social cues, like, very heavily, but she's not gonna know unless you, like, tell her, like, that's not a good idea. Like, that could get her into trouble with other people too. Yeah, lots of different types of autism. Yeah, and we, like, don't know that too, so it's not like autism people aren't able to understand. Exactly. Like, I don't think, like, being on the spectrum, being autistic gives her a reason. It gives her a reason to be acting the way that she's acting, maybe, depending on what kind of autism she has or what her symptoms are, but that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't make it okay. And, like, she still has the ability. She's out with all these people. She's clearly socially competent enough to be out with all these people and, like, have friends and have a boyfriend. So she should be able, in theory, to understand, like, if someone is telling her, this isn't right, you know? The fact OP brought it up makes me think OP thinks it's an attributing factor. Yeah, I think because she doesn't feel like, oh my god, this woman is trying to get with my boyfriend. Yeah, I think that she definitely takes it into account, because she mentions it too. She was like, oh, she's a nice girl, kind of quirky, but, like, that's fine, you know? She's interesting, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So, I mean, she clearly recognizes the girl being autistic affects the way that she interacts with others. And, like, that's definitely difficult to handle in a social situation. If she feels like, oh, she's autistic, like, there could be something, like, there could be a factor there or something. Like, sure. Like, yeah. Of course, that's a valid factor. And if she isn't bothered, if OP isn't bothered by this at all, then sure, maybe she doesn't have to bring it up, you know? If she goes home and her and her boyfriend are like, yeah, that was a little weird. And the boyfriend's like, yeah, I think you should know this, but I'm not interested. And, you know, but you also need to clear that up with her boyfriend too, because that could cause some misunderstanding. Like, her boyfriend just being there being like, haha, yeah, I just say yes to everything when I'm drunk, haha. But also, like, even if you and OP and her boyfriend are solid on that, like, if they're like, that's fine, let's just, like, be nice, let's treat her let's not bring it up, let's not confront her. Like, even if they have a mutual understanding, they need to tell her, the girl's boyfriend, to make sure that he understands. So this is the education I'm here for. Content, or what do you call, category education on YouTube. Ensemble cast of ensemble. Yeah, I mean, the more people you have, the more complicated, like, relationships are gonna be. Like, even if no one is dating in a friend group, it's like the brownie story we read 2 weeks ago, where it's like, oh, I baked myself brownies and I sent it to my friends who live long distance, and they said, why aren't you sending me brownies? And now all my friends are mad at me because I didn't send people brownies. Like, like, all friend groups are gonna have weird splits eventually, you know? But the brownies, I know, oh my god. But yeah, I mean, I think that the more of the issue of, like, whether or not to confront this girl, it's more that her boyfriend, making sure her boyfriend doesn't misunderstand, and that OP and her boyfriend are on the same page about how they're feeling. Like, if this doesn't make OP uncomfortable at all, like, sure, okay. If it makes her boyfriend uncomfortable, then they need to talk about that. And if her boyfriend is like, okay, I find this weird, I don't think this is appropriate, then you need to do something about it. If her boyfriend's like, yeah, babe, you know you're my girlfriend and I would never think about, you know, like, if you're on the same page with that, chill. But we gotta make sure everyone knows that too. including the girl, if you so wish. What kind of brownies? They were just brownies in the story. They were brownies. Women are so insecure. I think the street goes both ways. I think men can be extremely insecure as well. Not to say that women cannot be insecure. I think I think we are all insecure about something. And if you are in a relationship where you really care about the other person, like, there is never a 0% chance that someone will leave you, you know? Like, and that's scary. That's scary for people. Humans are insecure. Everyone is insecure. Yeah. It goes both ways. Oh, he's gonna leave us. There's not a 0 or 100% chance of anything, you know? Yeah. I came for romance, not horror. Security is a dream. Yeah, we, you know, everyone is insecure in their own ways, even if they don't admit it. Everyone's insecure, everyone's got their problems, you know, and try to run from the problems, but they're always gonna be there. I was gonna end stream at some point. I will end stream before the hour is up. Yeah, because, like, people overthink, and people tend to be more self-conscious. Like, people, like, you know, it's like a known fact that we always think that more people are looking at us than people are actually looking at us, you know? Security is a dream, so why even be bothered? I mean, some people need to have more control of the situation than others as well. Like, you know, one of the things that I found this through a TikTok, actually. And people say this a lot too, but, like, oh, if they're gonna cheat, like, they will find a way to cheat. It doesn't matter if you have all their phone passwords. It doesn't matter if you have all this like, you have a location on them, you have a GPS on them. Like, you could be as clingy of a girlfriend or, like, a whatever as you want, but like, if someone wants to cheat, they're gonna find a way to do so. But that doesn't make it any less scary, I think. Like, I understand that, like, oh, like, well, if security, it's like nihilism, right? If nothing matters in the end, then why do we have to care about anything, right? But that's not, people, at the end of the day, people do still care about how other people perceive them and how, like, oh, is this the way I'm gonna live my life? Like, you know, we all have existential crises, even if we know that it's all gonna end anyway, you know? So that's why I think that insecurity, like I can understand like, oh, why be insecure when nothing is secure anyway? Like, yeah, like in theory that's how it works, but the human brain and the human like heart, the emotions like don't always end up going the way that you want. You know, like you'll always have like weird dreams, you know, you might have nightmares, or you might have like your imagination might get the better of you sometimes, and it's like, well, that's just what it means to be human, right? Yeah, self-esteem, self-confidence. Even if you do have a good amount of self-esteem or self-confidence, like you can still be worried about things. Like that's just what it means to be human. Yep. Thank you for the donation, by the way. What people think about them, definitely. It's pretty normal to have adventures outside of marriage. I mean, is it that? I mean, that all kind of depends on your morals, I think. If you deem it to be normal, then like, sure. That's an issue. Well, that's an issue for you and your partner to figure out. I got once much and I listen to Macy got very upset for some reason. Exactly. That's it. There you go, you know. This is educational. It's educational, everyone. It's an educational stream. Anyway, I said this was gonna be the last one. It is 2 in the morning. We'll stop. One more thing. What do I have to say? My merch is still up. I mean, it'll be up for the foreseeable future. I don't think I'm gonna be taking it down. Merch is up. Cosmia merch is up. Anything else I need to say? I'll give you one last chance before I end stream to... I know the Cosmia raffle is over, but for those of you, if you perhaps didn't know this, Cosmia is having a giveaway where we give away chocolate to 3 random people. I will give you one time from now until the end of stream, if you want to enter the raffle and you haven't already. Well, actually, you can, I don't know. If you want to send more entries for the raffle, you can. You don't have to. I'm just giving you an extra thing. I'm just giving you an extra, like, 20 minutes because I'm streaming and I have my stream elements open. But what time is next stream? Tomorrow is probably 10 p.m. I think it's 10. Maybe. Probably. Make the link. Sure. I mean, it's my stream elements. My stream elements. Oh, I'll post the Cosmia booth page, I guess, for the last like 20 minutes of stream. Cosmia goods out. If anyone has not seen this already, 20 minutes. I mean, I'm just estimating the time from now until I end stream. I always need to give myself some leeway because I yap. Is it expensive chocolate? Yes, but it's not. It's expensive, but it's not. That doesn't mean quality. I mean, I wouldn't say it's expensive. It's normal, but you'll probably be paying more because it's booth and you have to use a proxy service if you live outside Japan. Ali detox stream. Tomorrow's a nighttime. Tomorrow will be a nighttime stream. Wednesday, though, I'm gonna do karaoke, and it'll be earlier. It's going to be early because I need to go see my book club girls on Wednesday. It is not book club time yet, but we're hanging out first because there's, like, a new girl. We have, like, 2 new girls in the book club. So we're all going out to, like, get acquainted and whatever. And then I'm out of town starting Thursday. Twitter spaces are kind of like TBD, because I'm going to be staying in different places and like, I don't know, maybe I'll do sometimes I'll probably have to do Twitter spaces outside. Like, I'm actually going to go see like my neighbors, my previous neighbors. So I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried for what that's going to entail because like, because last time I saw them, I got really, really drunk. It was probably the drunkest I've ever been in my life, so I'm a little bit worried. I might do like a drunk Twitter space. I really don't want to miss my. I don't want that to be the reason I stop my streaming streak though. There'll be Twitter spaces though this weekend. You would save on shipping if you win the raffle. True. The neighbors that fed you African food. Yeah. So that'll be that's exciting. Thank you for all the donations today, you guys. Yeah, it could be, it may or may not be a very drunk Twitter space. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. For the raffle. Thank you. Let's see. Wally sent an entry for Sharky. Thank you. Let me read this out real quick, just in case I'm not missing anyone. Yes, A-Link. Here are my raffle entries. Thanks for extending. Thank you for your entry. Abuton, thank you for your entry. Raynana, thank you for your entry. Also, hi, hello. Marinan, thank you for the entry. Demon Warrior, thank you for the entry and for the Cosmia love. Let's see. My CC points were merged. Thank you. Is it our merch? No, earlier than expected. Thank you for the stream, Ollie. Thank you. Thanks for coming. For hanging out. Have a good day. Bakamori, thank you for the donation. It says me times 0. My dad. Question mark. Long distance family relationship. I like to teasing dad. And it's our fourth anniversary. Is teasing dad acceptable behavior? She kind of funny when get teasing. Also, this is the Stream Elements likes to cut out, so it only says did I. It only says did I. I'm just going to say, I don't know. I'll leave that up to chat. Thank you so much for the fun stream. I want to stream to listen to in the morning. Yeah, definitely. That was a stream. That was a good morning. Good morning. But yeah, Stream Elements cuts the rest of your message off, unfortunately. So sorry I can't read the whole thing, but I don't know. It says did I go to is what it says. Did I go too far, maybe? It's okay. I didn't feel especially teased, so I think that's okay. Basically my breakfast. Oh my god, eat other things besides sipping the tea. The streams of all time. The SOT. It was a SOT. Does Cosmia a sponsor? Is that another option to enter raffles in the future since there's a donation option there? Maybe. I mean, I don't know how Meno did her, cause like she did her donathon in a way where on Throne too, she was like, here's another option for you to donate for Meno's donathon. I don't actually know how she did that because I wasn't like looking, but maybe. Maybe. I think it'll probably be mostly through Stream Elements though, just because it's really easy to keep track of how much each person has donated. So yeah. Starfishing. Word of the day. Put it on Merriam-Webster. I have a Merriam-Webster app because like I keep saying to myself, I want to learn how to write. I want to live my creative writing fanfic girl dreams. So I downloaded like the Merriam-Webster app. I downloaded like Daily Dose of Art so I could be more cultured. Like it's all this like preparing that I've done and I'm too lazy to even start writing. I guess, I mean, I write so much for school that I just like, I don't have the energy to like use any more of my brain power, you know? Piggy Up fan, I know. You guys, reading the current book that I'm reading for book club, reading it makes me think that I can write. Like, it's like, I can do that, like, levels of like, not great writing. It's very mediocre writing. And like, it's so annoying. The book is so annoying. I'm like, what the hell? Like, oh my god. If any of you are following my Twitter thread on my alt Twitter, like, I'm so mad. Like, it makes me annoyed. Anyway, the hardest part of writing is actually starting to write. Right, exactly. Right. Which books? It's called Picking Daisies on Sundays. Picking Daisies on Sunday, I think. And this, oh my god. The snippet that I posted on Twitter is so funny. Are you kidding me? It's a fridge. I know, he's like big. He's big, but like I think he's like slim because he's like dark academia. He's like, she like freaks out in her mind every time he wears glasses. She's like, oh my god, he's in glasses. Like, it's so crazy. This book is insane, you guys. The snippet that I posted on Twitter, the part that I screenshotted was so funny. Wait, I have to find it. It's even funnier because I'm in France. Like, when you started speaking about poetry, I started sweating. No. Oh my god. Let's see, where is it? Where's my thread? Can't wait to hear your critique for my light novel. Oh my god, no, I swear I'll go easy. It's just that these books that can get published. I love fanfic. Like, you guys, I feel like I can be pretty nice with like fanfiction and people writing just in general. But like, you guys, published books. This is a published book, and it's like a thing for girlies to be like, oh my god, this book has this aesthetic, and then they put a bunch of like Pinterest photos, like it's all pink, there's flowers and like books, and like it's like it's got this very specific like Pinterest aesthetic. And my friend, the one who suggested the book, she was like, oh, like everyone's talking about it on Book Talk, and like, oh, it looks so good, it has these vibes, and all of us were like, oh my god, the vibes are so good. Like, oh, you guys, I'm excited to go out with my friends on Wednesday, but they're so like normie that I just don't know how to function. They're like, someone made a TikTok, and this book, it has they put it to Taylor Swift, this and that, and oh, it like fits the aesthetic so good. And all the girls, oh, that's so nice, wow, yeah, that sounds good, let's read this one. Jesus, you guys. Yeah, an outline of a dress around random ribbon. Is that what the cover looks like? I think so. Let's see. Oh no, but that's literally what it is. That you made me think. Is that what the cover looks like? Because the cover that I have has like a vase of like flowers, and it's like got a picnic. It's like picnic aesthetic. Like it's like baby pink, like hearts. My god. They're so normie, I don't know how to function. It'd be funny if you're all faking it to blend in. People have said that on Twitter, but no, you guys, these people are normies. There's only one. One of the girls is a weeb. One of the girls is a weeb, and like I vibe with her. She really likes Wicked. She has like musical posters all over her room and like anime merch here and there, and like I vibe with that. But like the other girls are so normie. Like, wow, it's hard. I don't know how to be a normie, you guys. Manga by Kimizuka Chikara, if I recall it, are the ones that like psychological drama. I do like those. Those are my things. I will look into this. Hopefully there are some that are on my free manga app. Pauses. Yeah, I guess it's pretty hyped up, but that happens for Book Talk books. People are like, oh my god, this is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. If you like romance, you're gonna love this book. And like, it's really horribly written. Like, this book legitimately has grammatical errors in it. And I just wonder, like, do people I mean, I know that I'm sure that the literacy the literacy levels of like people in general is going down. Like, I'm sure that's a trend. But like, are we really at this point? Like, oh god, I needed to find this error because I was like, there's no way. Unless there's an error in like the version that I'm reading, like the public this file, like maybe there's an error in the file, but like, hold on, I have to find it. It was like, I was like, what? I read this yesterday and I was like, no way. The dining room is covered in a mirror. Yeah, oh, I found it. I can't believe I found it that fast. Proofreading, yeah. It says, the dining room table was covered in printed photos of Sarah in her a beautiful white dress from... Did no one catch this? Like, it's not even grammatical. Like, this is literally just an error. Like, what? Printed photos of Sarah in her a beautiful white dress? Like, that literally, it's not a sentence. Who did not proofread this? There's a random in her a beautiful white dress. What's the for? Oh my. Okay, let me just, the snippet that I posted on Twitter, it says, "You intoxicate me, Daisy. The scent of flowers lingers on you everywhere you go, and I always want to follow," he murmured against my neck. That. I wanted to hear that every morning, day, night, daydream, and nightmare. I wanted him to say it to me in French. What? What? What do you mean? Her, beautiful white dress. I will say that, like, the aesthetic TikToks looked nice. Sure, I get it. No, oh my goodness, hello, we have a raid. Another raid. Do I need to read another story? Oh no. Hello, everyone. Miki, hello, welcome in. Thank you very much for raiding. Oh my goodness, one more story. I guess we gotta do one more. Go, oh, hello. Oh my goodness. Let me get you some mod powers. Hello, I think this is the first time we've talked. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful stream. My goodness. Another spicy one. Yeah, okay, I guess it's time. We'll read one more before bed then. It is currently 2:30 in the morning. Thank you so much for the raid. We're reading spicy relationship advice Reddit stories today because it's almost Valentine's Day. And you know, that means that we need to get a reality check on our views about love by reading Reddit stories. The French call it, I was complaining about my book that I'm reading for book club right now. Okay. This last one, I guess now is... Ooh, this sounds really fun. I, male 25, got my female 25... My girlfriend, female 25, pregnant, ruined a beautiful relationship. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. Perfect one to end on. Oh, no. A beautiful relationship. Okay, here we go, everyone. I am a 25-year-old man and my girlfriend, also 25, and I have been in a loving relationship for the past 1.5 years. We understand each other like no one else does. We live in different cities. They're medium distance, you guys. I was working in Bangalore. Okay, but got a work... Wait, hold on. He's like doxing himself. This dude's doxing himself, okay. But got a work from home allowance to be with my father who has cancer. Because of this, I moved back to my hometown, which is about 130 kilometers away from my girlfriend's city. We meet once a month and stay together in a hotel. Whoa. The pregnancy and emergency. Wow, this is a story. This has headers. On January 13th, we met and stayed together as usual. We had unprotected sex, but decided that she would take an emergency contraceptive pill. Welcome to my stream, everyone. By the way, if this is your first time here, welcome. A month later, she missed her period. When it was 3 days late, we became worried and bought 2 pregnancy tests. Both came back positive. She immediately went to a gynecologist who advised her to wait a week before taking an ultrasound, as the fetus might not yet be visible. He also prescribed an MTP, medical termination of pregnancy kit, but told her to take it only after confirming the ultrasound. 2 days later, she suddenly experienced sharp, unbearable pain on her left side. Panicking, she rushed to the hospital. I wasn't in her city at the time, so I called a friend who lived there and asked him to take her to the hospital immediately. As soon as I heard, I got in my car and drove 3.5 hours to be with her. How old are they? 25. Okay. The ultrasound confirmed our worst fear. She had an ectopic pregnancy, a life-threatening condition where the fertilized egg implants outside the uterus. The doctor told us that she needed immediate surgery. However, he refused to operate without her parents' consent. Uh-oh. We knew her family would never approve, so we went to another gynecologist. He immediately arranged for the surgery, and we agreed to go through with it as soon as possible. Family finds out. Uh-oh. To keep it a secret, my girlfriend told her mom that she was staying at a friend's place for the night. She's getting surgery, you guys! But somehow her mother sensed that something was wrong. She sent my girlfriend's younger sister and cousin brother to check. When they didn't find her at her friend's place, they panicked and started searching for her everywhere. Eventually, one of my girlfriend's friends, thinking she was helping, told her sister about the pregnancy and the operation. Instead of calming them down, this made them even more frantic. While my girlfriend was in the operation theater, I kept getting non-stop calls from her mother, demanding to know where she was, but since my girlfriend had begged me not to tell them, I was stuck. I decided to wait until she was out of the ICU before breaking the news. I didn't want to shock her immediately after surgery. Oh, she's 25, true. Later that night, her family arrived at the hospital. Her sister, 21, stormed into the room and started yelling at her. I tried to stop her, explaining that my girlfriend had just undergone a serious operation, but she wouldn't listen. Instead, she started shouting at me too. Her brother, 33, was calmer. He asked what had happened, and since my girlfriend couldn't bring herself to speak, I told him everything. Meanwhile, her mother was so devastated that she didn't even come upstairs to see her daughter. She just sat downstairs crying. I went to her, explained the situation, and told her how much I loved and cared for her daughter, but she didn't respond. She just kept crying. Woo. Okay. The aftermath. The next day, I got my girlfriend discharged from the hospital. Since her mother wasn't ready to take her home, her aunt, who had arrived later, and I took her to her aunt's house. 3 days later, her mother called me. She told me to stay away from her daughter forever. She insulted me for not having a government job, cursed my sisters, and even threatened that she would never leave me alone. Now I feel completely shattered. I never wanted to hurt my girlfriend or cause pain to her family, but in the end, I was the only one who stayed with her through the entire ordeal. I handled everything alone, taking care of her, staying by her side, and paying all the medical bills while her family abandoned her that night. I understand that I can never fully understand a mother's pain, but I deeply regret everything. I feel like I've ruined everything, our relationship, her family's trust, and our future. Only her mother, brother, sister, and aunt know about this, and they are hiding it from the rest of their family. I don't know how to fix this. Every day I feel like I'm dying inside. Will everything be fine? Woo! Woo! This was a heavy one. It was heavy. It was a lot heavier than I was expecting. Okay. Will everything be fine? Everything will be fine, brother. I can say that much at least. Everything will be fine, but this is a storm. This is a storm to weather. Wow. Yeah, I mean, why the unprotected sex though? Like that just seems really dangerous. I don't know, like this sucks. This is really sad. I feel really bad for him, and I feel like that, like, but I do think wait, did there are limit testing? Decided that she would take an emergency contract. So, but she did. She did take the morning after. She did take a morning after pill, right? But of course, I guess that doesn't really. It's not 100%. So, parent couple therapy. I think we need that. I think we need a little bit of that here. Yeah, there's always a chance. They they won the gotcha. Yeah, they got their SSR like 5-star, whatever. They're like 1% 5-star. Yeah, this sucks. This sucks, but I mean, wait. I'm sorry. I got my girlfriend 25 pregnant. He got her pregnant. I didn't even notice. He got her pregnant. Okay, what I was gonna say though. Pregante. He got her pregante. Pregnant. He got her pregnant. I finally know. I think someone was talking about it in the chat earlier, but I also probably misread those. Or like I thought you were just referring to that video. I didn't notice that this one was spelled wrong. Morning after prevents the fertilized egg from attaching to the wall of the uterus. Since it's ectopic, it wouldn't have been affected. Ooh, I see. Wow. This is rough. But I also wanted to point out that I'm going to look this up at risk of seeming stupid. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. So this person lives in India as well. So the family culture and like the culture in general is probably a lot different. So her family's reaction to this might also be like, it is definitely a product of something, you know. So Southern India too. So yeah, this is like really sex before marriage. Yeah, this is very like layered, and unfortunately, like if the family's values are very like strict, intact, if they're like the mother seems serious. Like she is gotcha. She's ready to throw hands. So I think that unfortunately it might be over for him. The family's concerned about their reputation. Unfortunately, that's a very common like thing to be worried about in a lot of like Asian cultures. So like you see like in Japan when someone gets like murdered, or like when someone commits a crime, like their family's got to come forward and like apologize in front of everyone, or like their family gets a lot of like the brunt of like the hate and everything, which is, you know, it's a very like it's a cultural difference. I mean, like I think in the West it's not similar, but I mean, like if someone commits like a heinous crime, it's always a question of like what happened in their childhood, like what blah blah, like what did the parents do, like well, of course there's that, but like it's not, I don't think it's as prevalent as a lot of Asian countries where like family honor is a very big thing. Yeah, unfortunate. This is just a very unfortunate. Talk to your girlfriend directly. Her family is crazy enough to be mad. You didn't let her die from a pregnancy that was impossible to be viable anyway. I wouldn't put it past them to plant lies to both of you to keep you apart. There's a reason why she didn't want to call them. Now you know why. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I mean, I would also talk to the girlfriend, like if she could honestly have it in her like brain, like if their relationship is enough for her to be like, oh, I will, like, even if it means like defying my family, I will elope with you or whatever. And if he wants that too, like there's a chance for them. But if she retains a lot of her own values from her family, it might be a lot more difficult if she, you know, if she's gotta stay with her family, or like if she's expected to do this, to take care of this person or do that, and if that was her plan and she doesn't, it's like she's got to choose. They both, well, maybe not both, but yeah, at the end of the day, like I think that the girlfriend, if she's not completely like traumatized and doesn't want to like, you know, deal with anything anymore, she's got to make a decision. Because this guy's kind of in limbo right now. He's like, I can't do anything. Like her family's not letting me get close to her, and like I feel so guilty, like I'm so sad, like he kind of can't do anything except like do his best to go forward, you know. I think it's kind of unfortunately because she's gonna be traumatized after all this, but like the ball is a little bit in her court, I think. The family they wouldn't allow, so he's got to find a way to get to her in secret if they really want to save this relationship. It's rough, and I mean they're like quote unquote long distance too, so like they met up once a month. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't sound like she's close to their family. Yeah, I mean like she didn't want them to know, so but that could be a whole different thing. Like, I mean, this is I don't know, maybe I'm trying to think like family stranding has a lot of strength in places like India. Yeah, no government job, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different like ballpark, a whole different situation that they're dealing with over there, so I don't know. I think that she could care for her family a lot without necessarily wanting them to know that she had this experience. Like it was probably, for her, it was probably very shameful, and she knew that her parents would be disappointed. She knew that they would stop her from seeing her boyfriend. Like she knew the consequences, but she may still very deeply care for her family. Like we don't know that. Like her relationship with her family isn't mentioned in this post, so it's kind of hard to say whether she'd be like, I'm ready to elope, I will run away with you. Yeah, it doesn't really talk about her relationship. It just says that she doesn't want them to know, like, at all costs. Yeah. The things we do for love. If anyone has, people really do strange things when they're in love, don't they, detective? If anyone has listened to the Cosmia voice pack for Valentine's Day. Oh, I'm not supposed to think this culture is whack. Yeah, I mean, when it's so different from your own, like, you really have to look at it from a very, like, emotionally removed perspective. Like, you have to think about, like, wow, like, I could never do that because I was raised in a specific way. But there are people who do that, and there are people who live like that, and that is the norm for them, and that's, you know what, like, that might not be okay by our moral standards, but they operate on a completely different level of moral standards. It's like convincing people who are like devout Christians or something that, like, God does not exist. Like, that's hard. That's hard. I don't think, like, at a point you just have to be like, yeah, no, let's just, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. This is the only post today that includes parents. Oh, true. That's true. We even had a roommate one earlier, and there was nothing about parents. They objectively sound like the villains in a romance movie. I mean, yes. This is... Yes, I would agree. This is harsh. This is very harsh, and, like, it's unreasonable from a very, like, westernized standpoint. Like, I would say it's unreasonable, because that's unheard of, you know. Like, my parents would never do this to me. Like, I can't imagine a situation in which, like, I would not be able to tell I mean, she is 25. I mean, maybe I wouldn't tell my parents either. If I was far away enough that, like, I didn't have to tell my parents about it, like, maybe I wouldn't. Like, I would save them the grief too, but not because I was so, like, ashamed or anything. I just think that they'd be really stressed out and really disappointed, you know? Family honor is such an interesting, like, concept, you know. It's not so much a thing now, but in some places it's still very, very, like, prevalent, you know. Like, yeah, someone mentioned earlier the government job, like, calling him out because he doesn't have a government job, and, like a government job, you know. And Yeah, I mean, family honor at the end of the day kind of affects it affects the whole family. It's not just the individual. So if their family reputation kind of goes down the drain, it'll affect the way that people think of them. It might affect the way that, I don't know, if her, maybe, really, like, what if, but if her father, like, ran a company or something and their reputation as a family, like, plummeted, then that would affect her father's, like, standing, and, you know, unfortunately, it's, like, a whole thing, like, that it's hard to think about from most. I can't say for all of us, because I know that chat is very international, but I think of a lot of us would be of the opinion that this is, like, heinous. Like, why would you do this? Like, this is so mean. I can't imagine doing that. But I mean, there are places where this is more common, and of course it depends on family as well. If your family's really strict, even in the US, or in other, like, Western countries or whatever, like, if you're yeah, maybe you're a devout Christian, you're like, no sex before marriage, and then all of a sudden your daughter goes and, like, almost dies from a pregnancy. Like, yeah, maybe you would blame the boyfriend too. Like, yeah, it's hard. Transparency is slightly different from honesty. I agree. You gotta graduate. Yeah, when you're indie. When you're indie, you can change your birthday, you can do anything you want. That's not true, but shotgun wedding. Yeah, so if she, honestly, you know, if this shotgun wedding, if she's okay, if she, like, comes out of the, if she does, like, if it's peak cinema and she, like, sneaks out of her house in the middle of the night, she's like, okay, I gotta go find my boyfriend. She's like, I love you, well, let's run away together, or something, and he goes, oh, I love you too, and then they just elope like that. That would also cause a crazy stain on their family, but then it might not be her business anymore. And then it'll be the end. Like, we'll see. We'll see, as I say, as if this is going to have an update. Sounds like the first daughter is a dumbhead. A dumbhead. You were nothing. You cared for her, stood up for her, and advocated for her with her family. That's long-term material right there. Yeah, I mean, I would say that. I think that maybe the unprotected sex was a little bit irresponsible, but yeah, I mean, he didn't run. He took responsibility. I mean, he paid for all the medical bills. He took her. He drove all the hours to be with her as she went through this. Like, he was there when she went in for surgery. He took her to a different doctor. Like, besides the unprotected sex, like, I think he did everything right. Like, that's all he could do. All he could do was be by her and support her, and that's what he did. So yeah, she could have died. Yep. Yeah, but, you know, sometimes, why would they not operate on a 25-year-old without her parents' permission? Because they're in India and she is a woman. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm not the best writer to explain, so how is no one noticing this is so obviously ChatGPT's formatting? I should have noticed that. I should have noticed that. Not the best writer to explain it, so I asked ChatGPT for format it. I hope you don't doubt I'm making all this up. I can see that. That makes sense. Yeah, good guy OP. I agree. India, the previous doctor was much older than the latter. Probably he didn't face such a situation in his generation and is a bit stereotypical about it. Regardless, he's a well-educated man and shouldn't have acted this way. Your girlfriend's an adult and can stand up for herself. If she knew how much you've sacrificed and actually cared about you, there's barely a chance she'd leave. Her family's kind of weird, especially her mom, who probably cares more about what society thinks than her own daughter. Yeah. Fuck them. If your girl has your back, that's all you need. Honestly, you can't really fix the situation. True. In India, having a girlfriend pregnant before marriage is practically, like, treated like a crime. Yeah. So yeah, there's not much you can do until you're married, but if you do end up marrying her, even if she breaks away from her family, chances are they'll come around in 5 to 6 years. People tend to gain some common sense as they get older. Hope that helps. Wishing you the best, man. I've heard that too. I mean, like, I've heard people's parents, like, they were really strict, like, when they were little, and then they got a lot, like, softer as their children grow up. But I don't know. What do you even say here? True. It's like, Yeah, because you can't, like, as a counselor, one of the things that you're taught is to, like, not give advice. It's not your place to give people advice, but like, your job is to guide people so that they can find, like, what they want to do. So you can't just be like, well, I think that this. Like, I mean, no, I think you should just go to your girlfriend and tell her to run away with you. Like, as a counselor, that is irresponsible advice, you know? Like, you're not supposed to do that. But, like, I think that you could probably say something to the effect of, like, I understand that you feel guilty, and it's good that you understand, like, the severity of the situation you're in, but you also need to focus on yourself and your own well-being, because, like, you can't give this person the idea to, like, steal her away or, like, go to the mother and, like, talk it out or whatever, but you can tell them to, like, take care of their own mental health and, like, not wait, but technically, like, this comment is saying, like, if the girlfriend wanted to, like, if she realized, like, how much OP, like, cares for her, and she wanted to, like, run away, then she would, or she could try, you know. She is an adult, like, it's true, she is a 25-year-old, and she can stand up for herself. This, again, needs to factor in some cultural considerations, though, like, being a woman in India, like, I don't know the details of that, but it just doesn't really, it's probably a lot harder compared to other countries, but yeah, I don't know, that's a hard one. That is really hard. Like, I need to do more reading. Like, I should be reading more in my, like, degree, honestly. I'm just being lazy. I should read more about how to handle people. I get to take a course. I think I'm gonna take a course. I hope so. It's an elective, but I'm hoping that I get in. I need to take a course on human sexuality. And I think I have another one in family and couples counseling, which I'm really excited for. She's a woman in India and lives in a small, far-off village. It's gonna be hard to escape. Yeah, exactly. It is. You really have to take into account a lot of the geographical / cultural / societal, like, issues that are in here. Like, it's really just a question of, like, how far he's willing to go and how far she's willing to go. So how did that make you feel? How did it make you feel when your girlfriend's mother called you and told you that you that you were never allowed to see her daughter as long as she lived? Okay. I'm gonna actually stop because it's 3 a.m. and I technically don't have that much to do tomorrow, but I should still sleep. I should still wind down. I was reading donations before all of this happened. This was a fun one to end on. This is depressing, but it was a really fun one to end on. Thank you for joining me for this session of... It was not technically on Sunday, but it was a Reddit day. I was like, close enough to Sunday. Let's see. Duber, thank you for the donation. It says straight out of Cosmia Week, hitting us with banger education. Is this short enough? Yes, it is. It is. You could have made it, like, probably double the length, and it would have been okay. But that's maybe double is pushing it. But yes, it is short enough. Thank you. Thank you for the donation as well. Arigato. Thanks for the stories. Thank you for joining me for bedtime Reddit stories. Very informative, entertaining stories. Thank you! I love Reddit stories. I love. Being rude by magic. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry her anyway. Marry that girl. Marry her anyway. Marry that girl. No matter what you say. Marry that girl. I love your family. Why you gotta be so rude? Okay. What was I going to say? I'm gonna have karaoke. I have karaoke on Wednesday. I was thinking of doing Are You Really a Vocaloid fan if you don't know the song? But, like, that, I feel like that's very, that's very, sticky. That's I'm provoking. What do you call that? Oh no, I don't. But like I don't mean like mainstream, confrontational, condescending. Yeah, provocative. Yeah, I'm baiting. Yeah, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna sing all the mainstream Vocaloid songs. It's like I'm gonna sing really, really obscure Vocaloid songs and be like, haha, you don't know that song? Is what I thought about doing this morning. It was like 7 in the morning when this thought came into my mind, and I was like, and I had to start writing down all the Vocaloid songs that I had like barely remembered in my mind that I listened to a lot when I was like a child, but I haven't listened to in years, so they were just like floating in the back of my memory. Yeah, it was a satire. Yeah, I think I need that. But it's gonna be a little bit earlier because I need to go out with my book club girlies at night, so it'll probably be kind of a weird time. Actually, it might be more like actually no, it'll probably be like 2 p.m. maybe 2 p.m. so like a JST time, like 10 p.m. JST, or like 10, 11, 12 midnight-ish, like a few hours earlier than I usually stream. Introduce lots of niche songs. Yeah. I'm like, do you know this song? You know this song? I literally wrote a note in my phone at like 7 this morning. It says Vocaloid songs that are that are slopping through my memory because I can't type. It was 7, okay? It was 7:38 when I last edited this note. Vocaloid songs that are slipping through my memory, slipping from my memory. You guys, my brain was not on at 7:30. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, one time then. That's on Wednesday. Yeah. What? Wednesday. Tuesday. Today, Tuesday, I think we're going to take some of the personality quizzes that were left in Aoi General. Because I saw some interesting ones. Wednesday. Tomorrow will be another yapping stream. Suggestions. Oh yeah, suggestions. #suggestions channel. I would be surprised if more than 1 or 2 people in the chat know this. I would be too, honestly. I would be honestly very surprised. There are some that I chose that do actually have like 1 million views, but like they're not known anymore. So yeah, personality quiz is more yapping. I think it'll be around 10 p.m. CET. Will I have a schedule this week? I might not have a schedule this week just because I'm only actually streaming like 3 days and the rest are going to be Twitter spaces. Actually, I don't know, because I think I will stream on Sunday because I have a really big paper due and I need to grind it after I get home Sunday night. So I think I'll stream Sunday. I need to stream Sunday night or else like I am not going to stay awake. Like I'm probably going to be tired. Like I'm probably going to be tired from the weekend, and like if I don't force myself to work on my paper, I'm going to fall asleep. So I'm probably going to stream. I'm probably going to work stream on Sunday. Yeah. So today Reddit stories, tomorrow personality streams, Wednesday karaoke, Thursday, Friday, Saturday Twitter spaces, and Sunday work stream is the schedule for this week. All the Twitter spaces are times TBD because I have no idea. I don't know what my schedule is going to look like. I don't know. I honestly like barely know who I'm seeing this weekend, but yeah, we'll see. The energy drinks, yeah. My god, maybe I'll have to make coffee. Coffee doesn't do good with my stomach, but maybe I'll need it. We'll see. Make the Aoi karaoke raft. Ooh! Oh my god, wait. Oh, I want to see that. Okay. Alright, let's see. Am I missing anything? I am. Nanako says, Otsu Reddit stream, hope the butter tray and humidifier work well. If you're okay with it, you post pics. This is not raffle, just Aoi love. Oh, thank you, Nanako. I will, yes. It's a nice, it's got like a nice like bulb shape for the humidifier, so I will definitely post pictures. I think there's an option to send pictures as like I actually did that. I did that with Dark Hero because Dark Hero gifted me some stuff for Mimi, and I sent him a picture of Mimi in the travel thing, so I think I can like send those and stuff. What kind of oils are in it? No oils are in it, actually. I actually bought oils to use. So, okay. I know. Okay, you guys, don't hate on me. Don't hate on me. I needed to order some things from Temu because Iku was like, oh, like your UV light. the UV light, you can just, honestly, you just get off Temu. I was like, okay, bet. And like, okay, please, I know, don't hate on me. I know how bad it is, but I needed to use Temu. You guys, my money, my finances, I just needed to use it. As long as they're not electronics. So listen. So I got this humidifier because I thought it looked cool. It broke. Makes sense. Like not Temu. I know. It's fine. You can judge me. I know. It's okay. This is not a regular thing. Please. It broke. Yeah, don't trust Temu with things that matter. Everything else that I got works great. Like, because they don't work. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I bought a hairbrush. I brought like a hairbrush because like I don't own a hairbrush. Like, it was good when it lasted for 2 hours. It honestly, I was using it for a while and I bought essential oils with it. Or I bought like aroma oils with it. And so the reason I actually decided to get this humidifier was because I have a bunch of the oils left over. And I was like, well, the next person who has this apartment can use it, then the humidifier. Like, honestly, I'm just want to use all my oils, like, because they smell nice. Yeah. I thought it looked cool. It's okay. I've learned my lesson. I'm not a frequent Temu shopper, okay? It's my money. You guys, I don't have a stable income. You have to forgive me this one time. So obviously it broke and it like fried my cable with it. So great. But so the reason I asked for an actual humidifier from Amazon was because I was not about to go through that again. So yes, it was a learning experience. Okay. And everything else I got from Temu is fine. The UV light, fine. It works fine. It just doesn't have like, the cord isn't very long. And like, I don't know, that's it. And like my nail removing stuff like works fine, works good. Everything's fine. It was just that thing. She shot like a billionaire. Oh, stop. This is the price you need to finish all of it. Stop. Okay, you guys, I'm not a Temu shopper. I don't condone this. I don't believe this is good. I don't think this is a good thing. I just needed my UV light or else I would never get to take off my nails. Okay, anyway, on that note, let's see. Homing says, thanks for the stories, Aoi. Thank you, Homing, and thank you for the donation. Arigato. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who raided in today. My goodness, we had a Velocity raid, we had a Reina raid, and we had a Miki raid, right? Yeah, that's a lot of raids. Thank you, guys. Hope you all had great streams. If anyone stuck around, be sure to check out my karaoke streams, my covers, stuff like that. Go check out the other girls in Cosmia. And I hope you had great streams, and I hope you had a good time here. I've been streaming sorry, I keep forgetting to promote this. I've been streaming every day since the beginning of the year in hopes of getting 30K sometime before like March. But we'll see. I don't know. That we'll see. I had to have the balls to admit that difficult. Yes, it was a difficult admission of guilt. Thank you for the stream, Ollie. Thank you, you guys. Let's find someone to raid. Before I go, remember to get your Cosmia merch, get your everything merch, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Let's see. Looks like Yuno is streaming still. Oh, Vivi's streaming? Wait, hold on. Does she have her raids on? Can someone tell her to put her raids on? Am I subscribed to her? I have to be. So yeah, can someone tell her to turn on her raids for like everyone? Cause I don't think they're on because she doesn't show up on my thing. Am I the asshole for using Temu to get my humidifier? Apparently. Yeah, someone tell her to turn her thing on so I can raid her. Unless she doesn't want to be raided. It says redirect privileges needed. Ask Vivi to add you to their live redirect list in community settings. Yeah, tell her to turn that raid setting on. Also, you guys, thank you for funding my Belle cosplay. I'm really excited. I hope it gets here on time. I think it'll be here in time for Dokomi, but I'm a little bit scared about my con in April. We'll see. Just turn it on? Okay. Thank you. I really hope so too, because that's when Igu's is coming, so it'd be really awkward if Igu got the cosplay and I didn't. Oh, it's on. Yes. Okay. Tell Vivi she has an incoming Nuggy raid. Prepare yourself, Vivi. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, thank you. Alright, let's raid into Vivi today. Bell picks, yeah, if I can get it, if it comes in time, I really hope it does, because I think it takes a few weeks to get it ready, because it's pre-sale or something, so it takes a few weeks to get ready, and then it takes a few weeks to ship, so I don't know if it'll be here on time. I'm really scared, but I'm hoping, because I'm leaving I'm leaving early April, so I don't know, but I really hope it comes in on time. I'm a whole 2 months ahead, so let's hope it gets here in a reasonable amount of time. I'm scared because France's like France's post system is so bad. Okay, but I really hope. Okay, anyway, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited, but either way, I'll be able to wear it to Dokomi. You guys are going to Dokomi? Actually, I haven't bought tickets yet, but I want to. It's pretty much decided that I'm going to Dokomi, but I just need to buy tickets because they're selling out really fast, which is really scary. But if anyone's going to Dokomi, like honestly, hey, hit me up. Actually, no, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that, but I will not be offended if you came up to me and were like, "Are you Aoi Tokimori?" I would be like, "Yeah, hi." But Dokomi is also in Germany, so that's yes. Find the bell. There'll probably be like a good amount of bells. I would yeah, I don't know. Also it doesn't look like there's an open mic room. It doesn't look like there's like a karaoke room or anything, which like which is usually where I would choose to hang out. So even if you were there, like it might be hard to find me. Run past. Go to the ZZZ like meetup or something. I don't even know if I'll be there though, because like I don't play the game. I think I might have to study up on the game before I go, because I don't want to be like yeah, I don't know the game. I don't play. Yeah, honestly, like if anyone's gonna be at Dokomi, let me know. Actually, don't let me know, but you can find me. That's fine. I don't care. Or if anyone wants to, actually no, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say if anyone wants to find me at my other con, like feel free, but I'm gonna be with Iku, so I don't know if Iku wants that, but I don't think she actually cares, but I don't want to speak for her. So anyway, let's raid into Vivi today. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I'll see you probably around 9, 10, or maybe not 9, like 10 p.m. Oh my god, I just got a Montono, whatever his name is, on my Twitter feed. Otsumori, thanks everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 10, 11, 12-ish. Again, anywhere between 10 and 12 CST. You. Otsumori deshita. Thanks for coming today. Goodbye until tomorrow. See you soon. See you later. Bye-bye. I love y'all very much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Otsumori deshita. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. また明日。じゃあね。バイバイ。